live from Miami, Florida, and somewhere in the greater galaxy, it's Friday night!
It's so nice to hear that again. It's Friday night, baby! What up? Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Starfleet Boy After Dark. We have a wonderful panel tonight. We have right next to me here at R Martian on Twitter. We have Fathery from fresh off of a Text Trek stream, which was awesome episode, by the way. Another one knocked out of the park. Very cool discussion. And we have Marcelo here today too. Welcome back, Marcelo. It's nice to have you on again.
Thank you.
Hey, I see all of us here, but you also said there was a wonderful panel. So when are they going to show up?
Nice, Fathery. Nice.
Nicely played.
I have no idea.
Oh my god, what the hell was that?
A glitch in the Matrix.
Come on, I just did a wonderful intro and you do that? Come on.
Now you have to do it back. You have to do it
And now,
backwards.
oh my gosh! And now I had.
He's been festive for the holidays. I take it.
All right. We're back to normal here. Let me log myself off of YouTube here on this other channel, on this other thing that I'm doing over here. All right. So what are we doing tonight? We are going to have a Star Trek Voyage home watch along. We're going to be drinking, or some of us will be imbibing other things. So we'll get that started in a few minutes. And every time someone says a colorful metaphor, we're going to take a shot or a sip of our drinks. So yeah, that's what we're going to do tonight, audience. I hope you're here for it and into it, because that's what we're doing to start off. And then later on, if we're still going at night, we can talk about all the latest in pop culture. I haven't seen anything, I haven't started any new shows. Have you guys started?
You haven't watched Hawkeye?
No, everyone's saying it's great.
I haven't watched it yet.
I haven't watched it either. So.
If we do talk about that, though, we should talk about how the Disney Corporation is really, really ripping off the artist, David Aja, who his artwork is so ingrained in the look of that show, and he is not being credited or paid. It's really despicable.
We will talk about that.
I watched the first 2 episodes of Wheel of Time.
Oh, I saw that too. I saw the first 4, I think, actually.
I
forgot
the
that's a
first 2
show
today.
that's new.
And then I watched all of Arcane on Netflix.
You love that
amazing.
stuff. You love that stuff.
It is amazing. I'm actually going to rewatch it this week.
Wow. Okay.
What a vote of confidence.
Audience, if you're in the audience, of course, that's where you would be. Audience, chime in and let us know if you're gonna watch along with Star Trek 4. If not, we'll give timestamps throughout like we normally do. But yeah, 35 years. Can you believe that? That's like older than Fathery. I think Fathery's only like 30.
No, I was the Star Trek 4 was the first movie in my lifetime.
Oh, right on.
So I was around 35 years ago, but yeah, that was 1986, the year of Challenger, the year of I don't know what else, maybe like Rocky 4 or something. I don't know. But yeah, that was that was the year that Transformers the movie came out.
Oh, is it the same year? I didn't realize that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's one of those good years of cinema. Marcelo, what were you doing in 1986? Were you still a glint in your parents?
I wasn't even born yet, so I'll just stand over here while you guys say what you're going to say, because I wasn't even born yet.
Well, that's okay. You were there in spirit. When was the first time you saw Star Trek 4?
I can't remember, but the first time I saw Star Trek 4 was probably on VHS when one of my aunts got it for me for some particular holiday or something. As a matter of fact, when I was a kid, I had all of the original films with the original crew on VHS.
You had the box set that did it made like the artwork of the Enterprise when you lined them all up. Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So Fathery 1986 had some pretty amazing movies, including Short Circuit, Manhunter, the first movie based on the Silence of the Lambs books.
Oh, interesting.
Maximum Overdrive, which is an amazing movie based on a Stephen
King. movie.
Wait a second. The movie Manhunter was based on Hannibal Lecter, and it came out before.
Before Silence of the
Before
Lambs.
Silence of the Lambs.
Oh, I had
Yeah,
no
it's with Michael
frickin'
Rooker, the guy who
idea.
plays Star-Lord's like
Yandu.
father. Yondu.
Oh, Yantu.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yandu.
What else? We got Labyrinth. Howard the Duck. Aliens.
I love
Aliens is
that.
the greatest action
Aliens.
of all time.
Oh, and Platoon. Platoon won Best Picture.
No
Oliver
way.
Stone movie.
Don't see it here. Highlander came out. Big Trouble in
What, the-
Little China.
What, the original
Fly.
Highlander?
Yeah, the original
I
Highlander.
remember we did this before on
Okay.
Starfleet Boy After Dark, but I had forgotten all these great titles that came out. It was
Little
crazy.
Shop of Horrors, Solar Babies. Oh my god, that movie
I
was
hate
so
that
terrible.
movie.
Yeah.
But I hate it because it's so gross. Like I remember
Chopping
something really.
Mall.
Okay, so what's Solar Babies about? Can you guys terrify
It's
me
like
for
a
couple seconds?
post-apocalyptic future of roller skating.
Yeah, it's like a very
Adolescence and
Oh,
and
it's like
stuff
is it like Rollerball?
I don't know. I actually don't think I've ever seen Rollerball.
It
Yeah,
had like
that-
influences of Logan's Run, right? Like
Okay.
it was
Yeah,
like
it was
it was like a
something,
dystopian future, but like a bunch of like young people running around being
It was like Lord of the Flies, I guess, though, in the future or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of weird.
we got the comedy section because comedies actually used to be a thing that would release in theaters. Ferris Bueller's
What
Day
is
Off,
that, like,
Three
commentary?
Amigos,
Oh, the Three Amigos and Ferris Bueller, beautiful.
and The
both of
Golden
them.
Child with Eddie Murphy.
Yep. Yeah, it's a
Alright.
great year, 1986,
Yeah.
and the icing on the cake on this day, 35 years ago, November 26th, was Star Trek IV: The Voyage
In fact,
Home.
there were even some talks to have Eddie Murphy be in Star Trek 4.
Oh, that's right.
Oh my god,
But he ended up doing The Golden Child instead.
thank God.
Really? I think he would have been great. But you're right.
Yeah,
it's like-
the original
I'm-
story was that when they come back in time to the 80s, they team up with this UFO nut kind of crackpot scientist that would be played by Eddie Murphy. He's like a UFO investigator. And he ends
I
up
like
helping
that.
them.
I just don't know about Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, actually, they told that story they've told that story in multiple Star Trek documentaries, but they told that story in the new Star Trek documentary series called The Center Chair, I believe.
Oh, are you guys
which is on the
watching that?
History
I'm
Channel.
dying to see that.
I've seen the ones that are on History Vault, but I haven't seen the ones that come on the normal History Channel because
Right.
you can't get them online.
It's really good. I mean, it has like this. It has the DNA of the movies that made us on Netflix, and I don't.
The same people.
Yes, yeah. I don't particularly like the editing style, but it's a little bit better than the movies that made us. But still, the editing style for me is just a little bit too fast and not, But that's just me.
It's narrated by Gates McFadden,
yeah.
and they deserve mad props because they actually dedicate a whole episode to the animated series.
Yeah,
do,
no,
that's
our
episode 2,
friends Aaron Harvey and Rich Shepis are on there. It's true.
And Larry Nemechek is all over the damn thing. You can't watch 10 minutes of any of the episodes I've seen without Larry Nemechek popping up.
That's great. You can never have enough Larry Nemechek, right?
No, you cannot have enough Larry Nemechek. In fact, he's been on our daytime show, and we love it when he comes on. Even though I get super starstruck, and I don't know what to do with myself when he's on the show, but it's okay.
Yeah, man. I mean, when I interviewed him a little earlier this year, I was a disaster. I was surprised he didn't. Oh god, that was. Ugh.
When is
I was
that
so
interview coming out, Marcelo? Because I know you do them a year in advance.
Sounds like it might never be coming out. It's as bad as he says it is.
No. I mean, it wasn't bad, but I was so starstruck. I was so starstruck that I had a hard time sort of steering the interview in the way that I wanted it to go. And I
You don't have
wasn't-
to
I wa-
steer Larry though. You just get him to start
Yeah.
talking, and then like, oh my
It's-
god, how the
whole
hell do I get
interview's
him to
just
shut
Larry
up?
going, so are you going to ask me a question?
Yeah.
Hello?
No,
Marcelo?
but
Things
no,
Marcelo's
but the
just-
thing is, I knew that Larry liked to talk, but I didn't know how. I didn't know how much, and I didn't want to cut him off.
Likes to talk.
The man
He
is a
loves to
he
talk.
loves to- Well, the man's a literal vault of
Yeah.
information of Star Trek. Like his knowledge is insane.
He's
Like,
the guardian of forever.
He really is.
He
Yeah.
maintains all of the records. he has access because he works for Rod. He has access to all that Roddenberry stuff. He everything is so well documented. In 100 years from now, when Star Trek fans are talking about the old days, the original series, the 1960s, the stuff that was going, the memos and stuff that were passed back and forth from Gene Roddenberry, Gene Coons, the Bob Justman, Dorothy Fontana, all of that stuff, the reason why it will be well maintained and preserved over the decades is because of this jackass from Oklahoma who did all the hard work, Larry Nemechek.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I mean, even in my interview, I mentioned to him if there was like a Star Trek library, there's no doubt in my mind that he would be the custodian of that library 100%.
Yeah, no,
That's
I love Larry.
It's called the Trek Files, and you can watch it every
You can hear it.
Tuesday or hear it. Yeah, does he do a YouTube version of it, Father? I don't remember.
No,
Oh, okay.
He
does something. Trekland, I think, is what's on
Trekland
Tuesday.
Tuesdays.
It's Trekland Tuesdays, and then he has Life Support Live on Saturdays.
Which is awesome. It's been amazing during the pandemic, which I haven't tuned into in a while. He does that with Dr. Ali Matu, I think is his name.
One of us is a real doctor, or whatever he says. No, I love Larry. I was gonna give him a hard time because he's from the wrong side of the Red River, but
and he, what is he, an Okie from Muskogee?
Ain't
not
from
Muskogee,
Muskogee,
but he's an Okie from he's an Okie from Oklahoma somewhere. Blue, thanks for the link.
Well, he went to school at OU in Norman, Oklahoma, but I don't know what his hometown was. Sometimes he does like say something. It's like a Southwest type thing. Like bar ditch. Y'all know what a bar ditch is in Florida?
No,
so like
what is that?
No.
Okay. Like on the side of the road? Like the gully or whatever ditch on the side of the bar ditch?
Yeah, that's...
Like people say that in Texas. Like every now and then, like I'll hear him, like, because he lives in California, like I can still hear like the Oklahoma in him come out sometimes.
That's pretty funny. Yeah, he lives in LA. And apparently if you go to Star Trek Las Vegas, you can sign up for a tour. I don't think he did one this year, Father was saying. But you can sign up for a tour, and he does a
He does his Trekland tours in the LA area.
Yeah, and he does those too, which is pretty cool. So.
Which me and Antonia are going to get over to Southern Cal one of these days and do that.
Cool.
Most excellent. Gentlemen, shall we engage the time warp?
No.
Not yet? You still need a minute?
I need to actually pull it up in my web browser. But how cool is it that those of us that live in these United States get to have a Paramount Plus app that has all 800 plus episodes of Star Trek plus all 13 movies in one spot, and I know exactly where to go to pull it up.
It's very
cool. Convenient.
Yeah.
It's very cool and very convenient, and I'm looking forward to when we get the release of Star Trek the motion picture remastered. Not remastered, sorry, the HD version of the...
It's coming in next December.
Trek movie did a quick article about that. I don't know if any of you guys saw it. About that.
Well, StarTrek.com StarTrek.com released some stuff, and then Trek Movie made an article say like, "Oh, look at the stuff on StarTrek.com." But I don't know. I don't know if any of it was like too remarkable, but the main thing that I took away from it is that the release of it's been pushed back to December of next year, and I actually predict now. Let me go on record saying this. I might be wrong, but I think there will be no lapse in new Star Trek episodes that's longer than 1 or 2 weeks, and there might not even be that. Where there will be no lapse in new Star Trek episodes from now until December of next year. And that's when they're releasing the motion picture director's cut in 4K on Paramount Plus. But we have Discovery and some more Prodigy, but Discovery all the way up until February. We know that Picard Season 2 is slated to come out in February. And then that'll wrap up in like late April. And then they've said Strange New Worlds is supposed to come out in the spring. So it'll either come out like immediately after or shortly after in May. And that'll run until the later part of the summer. And that's when they are going to release the next season of Lower Decks. And there's also an additional 10 episodes of Prodigy that's slated to come out in the second
That's
half
right.
of next year. So if you add all of that up, that takes us all the way to December, and that's when we're getting the motion picture. And then Picard season 3 I think will be the next thing, and that should be ready to go in January or February of 2023.
Oh wow, right on.
So that's what I think. That's what I think. Like the next year of Star Trek will look like.
I think you're gonna be right about that.
We'll have to
prediction.
come back. We'll have to look this up in a year and see how accurate I was. Watch me be way the fuck off, like totally wrong. Everything I just said is wrong.
There's gonna be like a month. There's gonna be a month of no Star Trek, and everyone else. That's when everyone will take a vacation. No, I'm sure you're gonna be right. It sounds legit. I mean, there's a lot of episodes of Star Trek coming out, so it's exciting.
And then 2023, we're supposedly getting a movie.
We are.
Hey, y'all saw that the Rogue One or Rogue Squadron movie that what's the Wonder Woman director lady?
Patty Jenkins.
Patty Jenkins was supposed to make, like, that's not moving forward now.
No, I
that's
didn't.
just
I
not
remember.
Horror.
Put on hold indefinitely.
Yeah, that shit's not
So-
happening.
What
So-
happened?
The horror.
Because Lucasfilm can't get any movie made as planned, except for they did The Force Awakens, they did The Last Jedi, and everything else has been kind of disastrous.
Are the Ryan
Well, that's
Johnson
true about
movies still
Solo.
happening? Is Trilogy?
No, those are
No.
done.
I don't think so. Though.
There's
I
a
don't think they're
trilogy
gonna
of movies that the Game of Thrones dudes were promised.
Right.
That they rushed through the last season of Game of Thrones to get. They said in an interview, they said the day we finish Game of Thrones, the next day we start work on Star Wars. Like they were that gung ho for it, and that's not even happening. It's like they can't get anything going. Like maybe they can replicate the success of Mandalorian and the other TV shows they're doing, but I just want to point out that they no longer have a movie planned for 2023, and Star Trek does, and Star Trek has the director, the WandaVision guy, is direct. So we are now closer to the next Star Trek movie than we are to the next Star Wars movie.
Star Wars. That's actually a good thing because I had posted earlier. I forgot. I just found out that the Star Trek movie was moved to December. It used to be June or July or something
Yeah.
like that same year. But yeah, make it show for a second because I just realized I need more alcohols for when we get to the shots. So I'll be right back as well.
If I were Disney, I would wait till 2025 and just start a new trilogy that has nothing to do with anything
Yes.
else. Just, I mean, yeah, you can have Jedi, and yeah, you can have
Ruben.
other little things.
Let me run this idea by you. It's like, okay, the last one they did, it was episode 9, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's say like we wait like 5-10 years and then do a new Star Wars movie, and we call it Star Wars Episode 13. Like, don't even care about like 10, 11, and 12. This is just like past all. Like, it's gonna be new characters, new everything.
Oh,
It's
I,
just
was
like
gonna, I was thinking
just
you
kick
do
the can
something
down
like,
the road.
As weird as this might sound, like you actually take two ideas. One, the Star Wars online game, the MMO, the storytelling in that game is fucking off the chain. I play the game only to play the story because the game itself is boring. But that, and I would take a cue from Dune. I would do Star Wars, let's say, I don't know, I'm just making up a title off the top of my head. But Star Wars Return of the Sith, Chapter 1. Forget episodes, forget that whole thing. Just start, just go. Star Wars is going to make money. So you can now you can take your time to set up anything you want.
What about doing like? What about picking up the ball on the Benioff and Weiss idea and doing a Old Republic movie?
Or yeah, well, I don't like prequels. I prefer
Okay.
if
No,
things
but-
go
no-
forward, but that's just me.
Okay,
but no,
yeah,
but that makes
yeah.
sense too because the online game I'm talking about is based in the Old Republic.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and all that storytelling. I mean, I'm with you too, Father. If they did Chapter 13 or Episode 13, just separate. I just feel like if you're staying in those numbers,
there's like new superpowers. Like you have new like there's like a new like bad authority. You have like these like I don't know like. Just
like
like
you
you
go
have like
30
different...
years after
Yeah,
whatever the last
That's
movie
what I'm
was,
thinking.
and forget episodes. Like that's it. The Skywalker thing is over. That was the episodes. Now maybe do Star Wars Return of the Jedi, whatever they call it, Episode 1, and you start a whole new kind of book. You know,
But the most popular thing they've done in the last 30 years in that franchise, the most universally accepted and liked thing they've done is The Mandalorian.
yeah, 100%.
But if you look at how Mandalorian started off, it wasn't connected to any. I mean, yeah, like you still have like the Empire, but it's not really connected. Like Homeboy, Din Djarin, whatever, the Mandalorian himself, like he's kind of a dumbass. Like he didn't know what Jedi were. He didn't know what any of this stuff was. That's how far removed. In season 2, they started connecting it back, which I kind of thought was a mistake, but they did it well enough that I can't really complain. But I really loved that freshness of just making it
Its own thing.
its own thing. Yeah, like I wasn't watching it because I cared about like the all the big pieces. I watched it because I was like, oh look, this is Lone Wolf and Cub in space. This is like this dude and a baby going into all these problems and having to get out of, like, that was what was compelling to me. That's why I kept watching it every week.
But who knows what Disney will do? I don't think they can resist.
They have teams of accountants and researchers that go and calculate. They do.
It's true. No, you're not.
Oh,
And
no. I mean, they have AI. Warner Brothers has an AI that predicts.
It's Don Cheadle in Space Jam 2.
It predicts with 90% accuracy how much money a movie will make just by analyzing the script. Every studio has it, but Warner Brothers, I read an article about their exclusive version, their proprietary version. They basically feed it a script, and the machine tells it, "Hey, that movie will make $350 million," and it's 90% right. So when people tell me that movies are always been cookie cutter, I'm like, no, not quite always. It's a different level now. It's like an algorithm. It's literally an algorithm controlling it. So it's scary. But if I were them, I would give, who is it, Dave Fiori, right, that runs Mandalorian?
Dave Filoni.
Filoni. I would tell him, hey, what do you think we should do for a fucking Star Wars trilogy? Because you seem to have the understanding of what people want.
Yeah, Dave Filoni's great.
Him and Jon Favreau. I think the two of them together.
Yeah, I agree about that too.
I think that's the winning recipe. But sounds like we are moving into our feature presentation. Am I right?
Yes, we are. We're gonna get started right now. So everybody synced up and ready to go?
Yes, sir.
All right, on the count, I'll count down from
I'm at
5.
a Harv Bennett production.
What do you
paused. Mine says.
Oh, well, you didn't go to absolute zero. That's where I am.
mean?
Absolute
You gotta go to 0.
I'm at 41 seconds.
You're at absolute 0. Why are you at 41 seconds? That's
zero. Woo.
You want us to tell you when it says a Harv Bennett
No,
production?
I'm going to 0.
Jeez.
Yeah, right. Sorry, guys. That's how I do my watch alongs. I don't know what kind of fucking.
I'm at 0, you losers.
All right, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Why?
Here we go. All right.
The cast.
The cast and crew of Star Trek
wish to dedicate this film to the men and women of the spaceship Challenger, whose courageous spirit shall live to the 23rd century and beyond.
All right, I never heard it like that before, but that's great. All right, here we go. The Paramount Mountain.
How many stars is there? Have y'all ever counted them?
No, how many? Do you
I
know?
think it's 23. It's like 23 or 21.
I wonder what that
I
means.
used to count them when I was a kid to make sure it was the same for like every movie. They always had the same.
Somebody had too much time on their hands when they were a child.
We didn't have the internet back then. You had to entertain yourself.
It's true.
Better Nimoy film. Yeah, this might be like the best direction Nimoy is. I mean, I love Star Trek 3, but this is really a phenomenally well directed movie.
It really
He gets
is.
some magnificent performances out of these actors, doesn't he?
Bum, 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 bum,
I love
bum.
this music. I cannot hear this
Yes.
music and not smile. When I went on the Star Trek cruise in 2019 or 18, this music was playing like when we went up the gangway to like enter the ship, and I was like, I looked like a big dork
for
with like,
real?
this huge smile. Yeah, I was so happy. Yeah, I love this music.
It is really great. I play it every year at the holidays. I think of it as like a holiday.
It's very Christmassy, isn't it?
Christmassy. Yeah, totally.
I just put up my Christmas tree. It's like right in front of me. It's a Spider-Man themed Christmas tree. There's a big Spider-Man head on top of it. It's actually quite ugly. Antonia hates it and wants to set it on fire.
You got to share a picture of it. Our Christmas tree died this year. It's a fake Christmas tree. So
How did it die then?
it like it had
the
like,
lights don't work?
Yeah, the lights
Okay.
don't work anymore.
My
and stuff, so.
sound isn't coming through, right? Of the movie.
No,
No,
not that we can hear you. Yeah, I don't hear anyone sound coming through. The Klingon ambassador got
Oh
his
yeah,
own.
or as I like to call him, pompous ass. You can
The
hear
better
someone
Savage.
in the audience yells out, "You pompous ass!"
What else?
I've always wondered what that person yells out of, like, because I've never been able to figure out what the hell it is.
It's pompous ass.
Okay,
He shows back up in Star Trek 6.
playing the same character or somebody else?
Same character, same ambassador.
Okay. But this opening score is really great.
Yeah, it is. This is Leonard
Very good.
Rosenman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rosamund or anything.
Yeah,
Roseman.
it's I do
This is
sometimes
Gustav
wish.
Holst the Planets. All composers rip that shit off.
Yeah, it's
Oh
true.
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
entire
I mean, John,
Williams
John
especially.
Williams ripped that shit off.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's
Everybody,
true.
all of them.
Yeah. I mean, good artists should stand on the shoulders of giants, should they not?
Amen, brother.
Blue wants to
Everybody-
know what
yeah.
else Catherine Hicks has done. Do you guys know?
No.
She plays Jillian.
Leonard Nimoy.
I don't
No.
know what else she has done.
She was in Seventh Heaven, married to Will Decker, who was also a
Oh,
pedophile.
that's crazy. Interesting.
The space probe was a 3D model of a whale penis.
That is incorrect.
Wasn't it?
That is
wasn't
also
it,
yeah. That is also,
yeah. Wasn't it like wasn't it like a space heater?
That is incorrect.
By the way, I
This
love
is,
seeing the Saratoga.
This is the USS Saratoga. This is our first black woman captain ever in
That
Star
is
Trek.
correct. That is correct. But not our first black woman lead on a Star Trek show, which a lot of people are having trouble with online. So she actually beats out Janeway as the first on-screen appearance of a female captain, right? Or
Mhm.
no?
Yes, but chronologically, it would be the captain of the Columbia on Enterprise.
Right on. That's right. That's right.
Oh wait, I gotta turn my subtitles on.
Oh,
I'm
I
gonna
gotta
need
do
a
the same thing.
timestamp from y'all in a second.
All right.
What's
So-
a timestamp?
I got 4 minutes, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Actually, I don't need the subtitles. I know this.
the Star Trek tradition of having camera or TV camera footage of
What's your
own
timestamp
ships.
now?
All right, I got
429.
28, 29, 430. Ruben's a little bit ahead of me.
Tell me when you get to
432.
443.
All right, I'll
I'm like
tell
a
you.
split second ahead of you. Yeah.
I'll say play at 4. What timestamp at 4 what?
442,
Okay.
443.
Go.
Got it.
Yeah. Hold the image. Hold!
You know the
Somebody press pause.
Oh, jeez. Just kidding. Just kidding.
He's giving us that real movie theater experience.
yeah. I wish I could kick your seat. Also,
Here, let me get on my cell phone while you guys are. I'll be like,
I'm gonna spill a bunch of Coke and popcorn on the floor and make it real sticky.
Y'all, this looks crazy good. I haven't seen it yet in the 4K HDR. It looks insane.
I have. I bought that box set.
Nice. Suggestion of Coke. We demand
I'm watching
justice.
it on Betamax right now
I'm watching it on Laserdisc.
on a black and white TV.
How are you watching it, Marcelo? Oh,
Do
I think we
y'all,
lost
y'all know
Marcelo.
about this set, this Federation Council set? Is that they didn't build both ends of this kind of corridor structure, like up there where the president is, that wall behind them. Whenever they shoot the reverse shots, they had to go like rearrange how everyone's sitting and like have them all switch sides and just shoot that same back wall. 'Cause
Oh, no way.
they don't actually have a wall on the other end.
You have the right to commit murder. I love
I mean, that
Sarah. He's so
Andorian looks
dramatic.
so good.
Yeah, it's true.
And we see some Deltons. There's a Cation, a Tellarite.
This is, I think, the most aliens we'd seen in a long ass time, right?
Yeah,
Like,
there's a
I feel
lot in
like,
the
yeah.
motion picture, but
Yeah, is this the
This
one?
is-
There's
this
just
is
like
the
one
most.
ridiculous looking one in there, or is that another?
there is one that looks like not a great mask over a head, but
This is the best. This badge makes me want to get the Monster Maroon uniform. You have one, right, Father? You have Monster
yeah,
Maroon?
it's out of reach. No, I don't have a Monster Maroon, but I have that badge. Brian has a pretty good Monster Maroon. He likes to wear it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that dude just yelled, "You pompous ass!"
Darren, you're a little ahead of us, so... Oh, wait, no, you're like... I think that's the scene that's coming up right now. You're now at the Saratoga.
Don't spoil it.
Darren, I'm going to give you a timestamp so you can catch up with us. Oop, what just happened to my
Still
mouse?
looks pretty
Okay,
good.
7 minutes. Yeah, this looks gorgeous, the map painting. 7 minutes, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Thanks for watching along with us. Let me know if you need another timestamp, Darren. It'd be cool.
In
I
all the
love that-
movies where they look old, they look the best here.
Yeah.
You know, like from Star Trek 2 to 6, I really like their looks in
I
this,
want
in
Bones'
this movie.
outfit.
That is a cool outfit with the little... with all the stuff going
Go out
on.
clubbing in that shit in Miami.
Well, he kind of has like some weird chaps on his
What about
pants.
look at Chekhov? Just
He
wear,
does.
Chekhov should never put his jacket on. He should just keep it like that. All the
I'm
time.
wearing a Chekhov shirt today with like a small collar. I feel really proud.
Hey guys, I'm watching it on Paramount Plus. Sorry, I ran away for a little bit.
That's okay. Do you need a timestamp?
No, I'm good. By the way,
Hey, those are
I'm-
Star Trek Next Generation containers. Sorry, go on, Marcelo.
By the way, you guys convinced me. I'm drinking too.
Ah!
Oh
Yes.
no! Alcohol's terrible.
Speaking of Star Trek: The Next Generation, a lot of the talent involved in this movie works on Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Yep. Vasquez
Like,
rocks.
Mike Okuda.
Was
yeah,
this his first film?
Yeah,
No.
this is his
Nice.
first Star Trek anything.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I think
Oh, I love this scene.
Dan
I gotta
Curry,
mute this so I can
VFX
raise it.
producer.
I wonder who the computer voice is.
And this is very 86, isn't it? The computer
I
here.
fucking love this computer.
Yeah, but hey, you know what? Like the establishment of clear screens with information on them is Star Trek 4, not
Yeah,
Discovery.
Yeah, they did it here first before Discovery.
That's true.
Also, they mention a Klingon mummification glyph,
oh yeah,
and then we see Klingon mummification in Discovery.
in Discovery, it's true. What were you gonna say, Marcelo?
No, but shouldn't they make the viewing screens like on the side that we're facing? Shouldn't they make them opaque? Why do they make them clear all the time?
Because it looks cool,
Yeah, it looks cool.
and most audiences don't think about it.
Yeah, and here
Right.
it's just black background, which is funny.
Yep. Yeah, but
How do you
people like
feel?
us, we think about it.
How do you feel? I love this part. I do not understand the
I
question.
feel like saying "fuck you."
I feel like fucking shit up. He just punches the screen.
We got Amanda back from Journey to Babel. Well, I guess we saw Amanda in Yesteryear also.
Oh yeah,
I mean, it
Geek
is
and
kind of a
Reviews
weird
here.
question though, because everything is a
Hey, guys.
question with an answer. How do you feel? What is he supposed to say? I feel fine. Correct. Like, how does the machine know what the correct answer is? It's such a stupid question.
Geek,
Because
we're
it knows
watching-
that he's human.
Yeah, but what's the answer he's supposed to give?
I
I
said, well,
the
feel
honest
human.
one.
I feel half and
Yeah.
half.
maybe the machine is reading his like vitals or something.
Oh, it's true. Maybe
Yeah.
it is. Like, Geek, we're watching
It's
Star
like
Trek 4.
The
cool.
computer detected the amount of THC in his system and knew that the correct answer is like he should say that he feels high.
Or the LDS. it's the
Yeah,
LDS.
LDS.
Geek, let me know when you want a timestamp.
Yeah, just go for it just now, man.
Ready?
Yep.
All right, we are at 10 minutes, 58, 59, 11 minutes, 11 minutes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's nice that they brought... Is this Amanda's last appearance? Oh, this actor playing Amanda?
Yeah.
When I saw this in the movie theater when I was a kid, the whale probe shook the theater. Like the seats shook, the whole movie theater shook, but the sound didn't sound distorted. You know what I mean? Like it was just loud. It was great.
This is like the first time surround sound, surround sound came out in 1986, right? Like Top Gun was like the first
Remember when
surround
I saw
sound.
THX for the first
True.
time? With the THX thing coming up for the first time. In
People
theaters.
started getting surround sound at home too. I remember my dad would always test his surround sound system with this movie, and if it didn't rumble the couch, like it wasn't
Gotta turn
right.
the subwoofer up.
Yeah, you gotta turn. It was like perfect.
Beautiful reuse of the Reliant model from Star Trek 2, relabeled here as the Saratoga. Now, is this Miranda-class Saratoga the same Saratoga that we see Cisco serve on in the Deep Space Nine Premier Emissary?
I don't
Because they have
know, I
different
would hope
registry
so.
numbers, but
really?
they look the
No, but
same.
imagine it's like a newer version with the same.
No, but why would the registry
And Brock
change?
Peters,
That's
Brock
interesting.
Peters here is Admiral Cartwright,
who is
before
also
he,
Cisco's dad. Yeah.
yeah, but then he plays Joseph Sisko. He'll reprise this character in Star Trek 6. Also, we get to see Nurse Chapel here.
That's right.
Now she's Commander Chapel.
She's
but-
at Starfleet Command here.
Yeah, because Jane actually worked on this one, so Majel got a job. Get 2 paychecks coming in the house.
Geek and Review, when did you first see this movie? Wow, I like all of
I can't remember, to be honest. I know I've seen them in order, but
That's
I think
Dev
it would have
Patel's
been. I think it would have been the late 80s. I definitely seen it when it was still kind of new, but yeah, I honestly can't remember, man.
Is this Captain the first Asian, Indian, Pakistani captain as well? Yay!
Yeah, up until this point, we'd only seen, and as far as Starfleet captains, they were all white dudes or black dudes, or a black woman that we saw just like 2 minutes ago, or I guess there's like Commodore Mendez, Hispanic. So
Oh yeah, that's right.
but he's the first Asian.
Geek and Review, no pressure, but we're imbibing or smoking or whatever every time someone says a colorful metaphor.
Yeah, we haven't gotten
Oh,
to any
okay.
of that yet.
Oh,
Does it bother
is
y'all
we're
that the
supposed to wait for that?
does it
Is that
bother
why
y'all
you keep?
that the bridge
Is that why
is
you keep
different?
going down to the keyboard?
What were you saying,
I
Father?
should get some talcum powder and be like,
The bridge.
"Oh,
It's a different
bridge.
bridge than Star Trek 3.
It
I
didn't
don't
bother
care.
me till it didn't bother me at all, and I still don't care. But like, I didn't notice it, if you can believe it, until Twitter this year pointed it out. to
really?
me. Yeah, it's just like, and then when I saw it, I was like, oh, that's like super obvious. Like, there's the chair used to be on top of a dais, like sitting way up high, and like
This one looks
Yeah.
better though. This bridge is better,
yeah,
and
do-
it looks more similar to the Klingon bridge from the motion picture.
That Vulcan mullet.
Robin Curtis was.
That's a mullet and a half, bro. That's Bon Jovi, his older sister right there.
I met her at STLV this last year, and she is like super flirty in real life. She's a lot of fun to hang out with and talk to, though.
yeah, she's pretty cool. I can't wait to meet her at hopefully Mission Chicago if she's there. It'll be awesome. They haven't really grown that list of people coming. Like they haven't really shared like an
I'm
update in
a
a while.
little
so-
worried about that, but
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know why they're having a hard time, but I don't know. Maybe they'll figure it out last minute.
Last minute.
See.
This is horny as
That's what I was reading as well.
Blue says Robin Curtis is horny AF.
Blue, elaborate on that. I want detail.
Yeah, Blue, let us know what that's all about. Vijay Singh brother as captain. Vijay Singh's brother as captain. They ruled double tennis in the 80s. Really? I didn't know that. That's a cool fact.
I love that saying. He's not exactly working on all thrusters. I say that sometimes. I'll say that out. So I'm like, they're not flying on all thrusters. I saw an
I like
article
this scene a
today
lot.
about how the Star Trek Genesis trilogy of movies with Star Treks 2, 3, and 4 prove you don't need to have it all planned out. That you could actually make like a competent trilogy without having a plan from the very beginning.
It's an accidental trilogy and it works really well, I think. Oh, I love this shot of the bird of prey taking off. It still looks so good. This is ILM, of course. That's why it still looks so good. This looks insane. Oh my gosh. Doo-doo.
Yeah, it holds up pretty well.
And it's a 70
Yeah.
millimeter format, so if you play it on... Oh, the sun looks insane in this. If you play this on the proper screen size, like the screen aspect ratio, it almost wraps around your field of view, depending on where you're sitting. So it
That's
feels like really good. There's our Excelsior space dock.
ILM did a lot of really great work in Star Trek 3, and they get to reuse a lot of those assets here, like space dock. We saw the Excelsior briefly right there, or at least an Excelsior class ship.
The probe sound effects were underwater recordings of whale sex.
Spoiler alert.
I love the simplicity of it. It's just like a big cylinder with holding a volleyball with a tractor beam.
Is that... That's so funny.
I mean, that's
like
what
a
it looks
brain.
like, but... And
we
there's like
get-
a little bit of animation of it spinning back and forth. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like simple. It's not like over the top insanity.
Here's the oceans evaporating and stuff, which is cool. I like they had to show it in a line because they can just make it all evaporate at once, like, which is what probably was really happening. We have a question from Blue for Marcelo. Marcelo, do you think we'll get a Star Trek 4 in Kelvin?
1 second, hold on.
Is he eating snacks?
Well, I'm gonna get a Star Trek 4.
Hold on.
In Kelvin.
Please hold.
Anyways, while we wait for Marcelo,
Okay. Sorry, guys. Yes, I, being the Calvin fanboy in this panel that I am, I really hope that we do. But if we don't, I will be happy with what I got. But I would love another Star Trek 4 to be in the Calvin universe. Sorry, guys.
no, you're fine. I didn't know you were munching. That's good.
Do y'all appreciate Dr. McCoy here, like trying to like extend the olive branch and be friendly with Spock, and then just being like utterly rejected? It's like
but
all
I-
these years of McCoy being mean to Spock, and then here he's trying to be nice, and look what he gets in return.
I think this is like them at their
think-
best.
Yeah, I think that's like karma. To be honest. To be honest. Sorry.
I like that you really haven't gone where no man has gone before thing. That display in the background, is that the shields of the bird of prey? Is that the shape of it, do you think? Or it's just like
No.
some sort of like scanner or sensor range or something? I don't know. It's interesting.
No, you have to ask. We have to ask Mike Okuda.
Yeah, that's true. Good point. I love this line. This is kind of like interesting because it's a Spock reset, right? Like all his kind of humanity that he had gained,
Yeah,
he gets to kind of reset it. I don't know if it's just a cleaner version, but like I'm noticing all kinds of things I never noticed in the previous releases before. It looks so clean, this version of the film. What kind of alien is that? Does anyone know?
I always feel like he was holding in a sneeze.
a dickhead.
He does look like one.
A
It's true.
diculin.
What do y'all think of this Federation president? He kind of sucks, right? He's pretty easily
I
like
didn't vote for him,
overwhelmed.
sure, I would not.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's-
I wouldn't vote for that dude. Look at it; he looks weak.
He's
Soft-ass
unmemorable. And
president.
what's up
Like,
with what's up with his outfit? It looks
He
like
looks
he's
like
a Vulcan.
Republican light corporatist Democrat.
Jeez. I want a Monster Maroon, but I want the one Admiral Cartwright has in Star Trek 6 with like a ton of patches, like just like in the real military. It's like be crazy.
See, look, like Sarek seems to have like more like leadership and strength than the president.
Why wouldn't they make Sarek president? I feel like
I think he lost to this guy in the
in
election.
the election.
Yeah. They should do a movie,
Started to get too much
like a
personality.
one-shot movie on Paramount Plus.
What was that, Geek?
Sarek had too much personality, obviously, for the job.
It's a beautiful shot of the bird of prey model.
Which we'll see used over again. In,
Oh, yeah.
like, so
But you know,
many
these,
different-
there's all those ILM miniatures from Star Trek 3 get reused a lot. How many Excelsior classes are in Star Trek? How many Oberths? How many
Right.
birds of prey?
Gotta save that money.
Yeah.
I'd never really liked the civilian clothing when I was a kid, but now I kind of love it. Like I feel like this is now
civilian
fashion.
clothing,
Like, it's like
civilian clothing on like these people, on like the main characters, is so much better than like the civilian clothing in like Bourbon era Star Trek. Like all those sweaters that Jake Sisko and Wesley Crusher had to wear, like terrible.
It's true.
Bob Blackman made some really great Starfleet uniforms, but he could not design civilian clothes to save his fucking life. I'm sorry.
So they just got the news that they can't go back to Earth. It's off limits. It's under attack. I like these reaction shots of everyone.
Kirk is like, man, I've had it with this shit. Like, my ship just got blown up. My son just got stabbed to death by a bunch of
I just need a
Klingons.
vacation.
It's like,
I
why-
can't-
why-
Ryza.
there's always some shit. Like, I can't catch a fucking break. Shit. This probe making this dumb noise.
I just got an email about a place called Ryza at the time. Go there.
When was Risa first mentioned? Was that a TNG thing?
It was first mentioned in, the TNG episode Captain's Holiday, season 3.
Rigel was the party planet
but
before, right?
but chronologically, it shows up in Enterprise.
Oh, of
So-
course.
We're saying hi there, people near.
I kind of wish that instead of inventing Ryza, they just used the planet from Wolf in the Fold, because it was supposed to be kind of a recreation planet.
Oh,
Yeah, actually, did you guys see that I think it was the UK labeled octopi as sentient beings?
Oh,
'Cause
really?
They were just talking about it's arrogant to think that humans are the only whatever sentient.
Right.
And I'm like, that's true.
Geek, welcome back. We just learned that octopi are now sentient. Are now
Well,
considered non-human persons, like dolphins, I guess.
Only in the United Kingdom.
Oh, gotcha.
Why?
Because they are actually pretty clever. They're very smart.
I've seen them crawl on land and stuff, yeah.
They open jars.
They can do a lot. Yeah, they're pretty.
I've
They can
seen
build
some-
houses.
I've seen some pretty dumb people open jars. They're like, I'm unimpressed with that.
Oh, you know, an octopus
They
is
can-
a dumb person.
They can fold space. They're guild navigators. They're third class guild.
Guild
navigators.
navigators can't fold space. The Holtzman engine folds the space. The
Space.
navigators just calculate the journey.
Sorry. They can calculate the.
Everyone
journey.
gets that wrong, though. Everyone gets that wrong.
It doesn't bother you, I can tell.
No, I'm glad he corrected. Father's like our
I'm feisty. I'm feisty
expert.
tonight.
I love it. And we still haven't done shots yet for colorful metaphors, which is funny. What are you all drinking tonight?
I just
Whoever's
switched
drinking.
from vodka to beer.
Nice.
Cocaine.
I'm going to
You
guess.
know what?
I got a Heineken here.
I've got a wine, but I brought sake for the shots for later in case I run out. So I've got
I'm
a whole
Breaking
bottle
Bad,
of
if you know
sake.
what I
out
mean.
here.
Yeah.
Jeez, Ruben, you're not Breaking Bad. Don't you dare! I'll come and do an
I just sit here smoking meth. My wife walks in. I'm like, yeah.
I'll come and have an intervention right now if that's the case. It's like crazy.
What's that? Ruben can't get enough of that blue meth, man. It's good stuff.
Love that Matt Walter White.
And Geek and Review Shoulder is there, I think. That's him. And I'm not sure what he's drinking,
Just
but you
passed
might.
out drunk.
Did he just pass out? It's like-
I don't know. I'm gonna be disappointed if he's not drinking scotch, though.
I went to get a beer, I've got a beer.
Oh, nice, perfect. Oh, did we miss the part where Uhura, like, I was so worried about Ruben and Meth that I missed Uhura doing all the signals to to find out it was whales.
I thought
Shit.
you were just a racist and a misogynist and didn't
No.
want to pay attention to
No,
a
I
black
love-
woman.
No, I love her. Earth in the past. That is exactly. My father used this on me so much when I would like repeat something to him. He would be like, "Yes, son, that is exactly what I said." Time warp is super easy according to the original series, FYI.
Oops.
They do it casually in that one
Time
episode.
warp? Yeah, let's do
Yeah,
No,
that.
they explain that though. There's an explanation for that in the show.
Oh, what was it? Remind me.
The writers
They-
needed it to happen.
They figure out they
Pretty much.
figure out the time warp formula in the Naked Time.
Oh, right.
The
That is
effect
true.
When they go back though, that's horrific. You know, with the kind of CGI mask things.
Oh, and this coming up.
It's fucking epic TVs.
I mean, that's what I see whenever I time travel. They need to put that into Picard season 2.
Did you guys see the cyberpunk captain on the right with the cool hair?
Yeah.
Like she had the cyberpunk. Yeah, Marcelo saw her. I saw her too.
Yeah, she looked kind of ridiculous to me, but I saw her.
Fiji water. Darren's drinking Fiji water. Thank you, Darren. You take a sip of that Fiji water every time there's a colorful metaphor.
Driver.
So this is probably the film where you see most of Starfleet Command, because about a little bit, 15 minutes are kind of set on Earth. I think that's about.
Oh yeah. We see a little bit of Starfleet Command, just that one conference room. You're right in Star Trek 6, but yeah, this is the most we see of it.
Yeah, and then we see a little bit in the motion picture when Kirk shows up there at the Golden Gate Bridge. But it's extremely brief.
I guess these are models. Like this is like a model of
That's
the
a
Golden
miniature
Gate Bridge,
of
or
that's a
miniature,
of
yeah.
the Golden Gate Bridge. Yeah,
Or I guess they
these
call them
are these are clearly like CRT monitors under the glass, but they still look good.
I like how they mimic flat screens a little bit as best
Yeah.
as they could.
I like the digitized distortion. That was pretty futuristic for 1986 because normally you would have static look like like if you can't get like a good signal on your rabbit ears is how they did static. Like that's how it looked in the Wrath of Khan. Here, like the little digital pixelization, that
Super
was
accurate.
that was like super ahead of the curve in '86.
I see a lot of Okuda-ish things that
Yeah,
might be his influence or
yeah. This is the origin of the Okudagram. This is the birth of the Elcars. That's what they should have called it. Star Trek 4, the birth of the Elcars.
I like that this is like literally in a minute they're gonna see the bird of prey. Like from their
Yeah.
perspective, it's like not like any time
But
passed.
that's the genius of the structure here, of the directing and the editing, is that you do like that window break and make it kind of a memorable moment, and that way when you
right
see
on.
them return to that later in the movie, your brain syncs that up to like, oh, I know exactly that point in the timeline. Because it's like having like the moment of like that window breaking was just memorable enough that
It's true.
you that moment stands out. Well, Spock will go on to quote Shakespeare more in Star Trek 6.
That is correct.
This is my favorite Star Trek movie when I was a kid, by the way. I think a lot of kids really gravitate to this one.
I feel like this was my favorite movie until Star Trek 6.
I also often describe this as like the Doctor Who of the Star Trek movies, because it is very like Doctor Who-ish. Like it's very like pacifist. There's no violence really in this movie. There's a harpoon fired at an animal later, and they do chase Chekhov with guns, but they don't really like shoot at anyone or anything like that. Also, like it takes place in like modern day Earth, contemporary real life reality, which is a big Doctor Who thing, and time travel.
Yeah, it's true. Good point. This is
George
this
Takei
was
is
so
so good
much
at this.
fun. Yeah, he is.
Yeah. I feel like if I'm like driving down the highway and I'm speeding up, I want George Takei's voice to yell how fast I'm going.
I want all of their voices on my phone. This is like a very good depiction of what people thought the sun looked like. Because when you look at the sun through like a telescope, it has all these like ripply things going on. So I like this. It does look green on my cut. Did it look green on your cut, guys?
No.
Was the sun?
Interesting. My colors must
Yeah.
be off. Here's
Yeah,
the
let's-
scene.
Viewer,
I'm watching,
viewer
YouTube.
disclaimer: don't look at the sun.
Don't look at the sun. But seriously, guys, don't look at the sun. If you look at the sun, you're gonna blind.
That's true.
Or you gain
Father-
superpowers. Roll the dice.
No, please, guys, don't look at the sun.
Blue says, "I love Doctor Who. Wish you were still on those Who streams." I guess he's talking to you, Fathery. I like that. This is like, I think Al, you're right. That's like one of the first CG things like that were happening, right? Like those were definitely CG.
Yeah.
faces
It was
and
going
stuff.
on a
We
lot
had-
at the
we
time.
had
I think they'd done it in that Michael Jackson film.
Yeah,
We had
designer-
CG of the Genesis effect in the Wrath of Khan. And
Oh,
then they
right, right,
reused that footage in both The Search for Spock and in this movie. This always confused me
This
as
is
a
a-
kid when it cut to these reeds in the water.
That's Iowa, Fathery.
What?
It's Iowa. It's Riverside, Iowa. It's a reeds in the river where Kirk went fishing when he was a kid.
Was that like in the novelization, or did you?
I
Just
made
make
that
shit
up, but I mean, like it could, like it could totally.
That was a brilliant way to make him shush for a couple seconds.
I mean, it was
It
plausible.
actually
It was
made
very plausible.
it made Father
The fear in Fathery's eyes there was.
No, but
I
I
heard-
that's what I always imagined. It was like Kirk's home, and he was
No, but I
fishing or
heard that
something.
the guy who designed it from ILM just hated that particular sequence. He just couldn't get it right.
Really, is that true?
That's what that's what the guy who designed the sequence said on the new Star Trek documentary, The Centered Share.
Oh, cool.
That he doesn't particularly like that scene when he watches the Voyage home. He can't stand it.
Oh, it's funny. I love it. It gives it
What?
that like element of weirdness.
What, the acid trip sequence?
Yeah.
That's what time
It
travel
just looks
does to
like
you,
they've had
man.
molds of their. It looks like
Fucks
they've
with
had
your
molds of their
mind,
head
man.
and they've just poured milk into them or something to get that shot.
Put them on speakers. Mr. Wales, we need your help.
Did you guys listen to Whale Song when you were kids to like go to sleep and stuff?
No.
No.
All
I
right,
had a
well,
normal childhood, but I'm not gonna-
I actually
we did live in
no,
the palace with Wales.
no, actually I listened to audiobooks when I was a kid to help me fall asleep.
Oh, right on.
I read the Star Trek Encyclopedia and fell asleep and woke up every morning with the Star Trek Encyclopedia on top of my chest when I was a
I
kid.
listened to my parents screaming at each other.
Stop it.
At least you were lucky enough to have parents that screamed at each other. My mom was just always screaming at like
kicked it off the
random
screen.
dudes. Like I never got to hear like my parents scream at each other.
Well, we'll scream at each other
Who's
for you.
screaming at you, father? You're stupid, father. I was raised by my grandparents anyway, so.
That's kind of true, actually. That is very true. Not kind of true.
No,
I remember.
I was actually raised by my grandparents. Yeah.
Oh, if memory serves, it's a Star Trek Discovery title.
No,
Do you guys think it's a reference to that? No, I'm just kidding.
No, it's not.
that's actually I don't know. I don't want to go into that. It's,
Alex
I can't help myself.
Kurtzman actually time traveled, and
That's based on. There's actually a play called "If Memory Serves," right? It's about like a boy's childhood or something, and that's
Shut
what they
up.
were referencing with that
I did
Discovery
not know
season 2
that.
episode title. Yeah, that's where they brought back the Telosians. Was that season 2, episode 8, 7?
Yeah, somewhere around there. I love
Episode
that the-
7, or no, episode 8. It's episode 8.
I love that the naval vessel we see later is very familiar to us.
Well, it's not the actual Enterprise in real life. They had to use a different ship, but
Oh, I didn't know that.
yeah, because the Enterprise is like out at sea.
Have any of y'all been to San Francisco other than myself and maybe Ruben?
I have not been to San Francisco.
No,
Oh.
I've never been to San Francisco.
I've been to LA and San Diego, but not San
Ooh, we
Francisco.
should meet up and
No.
go to Starfleet Academy. Starfleet
My
Academy
my
is in
co-host
LA.
Dave just went to San Francisco.
Oh, right on.
Like 2 months ago.
I was supposed to go to San Francisco, but COVID. It
Hmm.
was the year of when COVID hit. Last year. I was supposed to go to LA and San Francisco last year.
For a job?
LA, you had to talk to people, see move and shake, and
Mhm.
San Francisco to
That's
see
such an
San
LA answer. I'm going to some meetings.
Francisco. And San Francisco because I love the
Uh,
49ers, so I wanted to go see
Oh,
San
cool.
Francisco.
You know.
Cool.
Me being like a big Cowboys fan as a child in like the 90s, you know, the 49ers were a big NFC rival for the Cowboys. But you know, I did end up like watching enough 49ers games that I respected the team.
The 90s
Nice.
Cowboys were awesome. Fucking Michael Irving.
Yeah, ain't been
Aikman.
nowhere near as good since.
No,
Yeah, Emmett Smith, man, Emmett Smith was my fucking hero when I was a kid.
Emmitt Smith is awesome. The offensive line was amazing.
Like he was so fun to watch. Like there were so many running backs that were faster than him, but he played with like so much heart and determination.
Yeah, all-time leading.
I'm getting like goosebumps on my arms right now just thinking of Emmett Smith.
They
He
mentioned
wasn't
them
the best
here.
at anything, but he was good enough at everything.
Yeah, exactly.
They mentioned them here, but the Giants were the biggest team in 1986, right?
86 would have been the Giants. 85 were the Bears.
The Bears.
Not
Yeah.
Bears. 86 was Giants. I think 87 was Redskins.
Al, do you
Oh.
follow American football?
Washington football.
No, I
team.
went to see a game when I was in America, actually when I was in Florida, and not for me. Yeah, I watched baseball, loved baseball, but not American football.
What
Do
about
you
you,
like
Marcelo?
do you like proper football or whatever the hell y'all call
No,
it?
I'm not. In Glasgow, it's
Soccer.
a very religious
No, what
divide
was
between
it?
the teams, so I just didn't get into it at all.
What was
There's
that?
a lot of violence. In Glasgow, there's two main teams, Celtic and Rangers. It's a bit like the
Like
Boston Red
Yankees and
Sox and the NY
Redskins,
Yankees. Yeah, but there's a religious element to it, so there's a lot of violence and stuff associated
Oh,
with
boy.
it. So as a kid, I wasn't into that at all.
What was that?
You're gonna make him say this for a third time?
Yeah. I didn't even hear what Marcelo said. I had a shit childhood involving sport, Marcelo. Don't worry about it.
Oh no, I know. I actually I love American. I love American. Mm,
There's just too
Oh my
much
God.
starting and stopping in that game for me, man.
But
I
the,
love American football. I'm a Jets fan, and I hate the Cowboys.
Oh, okay.
It was a Jets game that I was at. It was the Jets versus the Jacksonville Jaguars was the game I was at.
If you're a
Hey.
Jets fan, why do you hate the Cowboys? We're not even in the
Because-
same
because
conference.
let me-
Like a
let me-
Giant, I'd expect that from
let
a
me explain-
Giants fan, not a Jets
yeah,
fan.
Can I just explain that for a second? When I was a kid, I used to be a Giants fan.
Yeah,
Yeah, so that's
you got
where-
tired of
that's
us kicking y'all's asses, and you became a Jets fan.
Double
Yeah,
the mess
kind of,
on
yeah.
you.
There was the famous. Wait, that was the first
Colorful
colorful
metaphor.
Yes, here
Take
we
a
go.
drink.
Whoa.
No, but I actually,
Oh.
the reason why I became a New York Jets fan is because the love of my life, her family, was they were like rabid Jet fans, so that's why I became a Jet fan.
But then the Giants got really good, so you missed out on that.
Yeah, I kind of did.
Wow, that sucks.
Yeah, but I also am a New York Mets fan when it comes to baseball, so I know all about failure.
Oh, jeez.
You just know how to pick them.
Yeah,
Yeah, I do.
You
Yeah,
picked the
but-
Jets over the Giants. You picked the Mets over the Yankees.
I just suck.
No, you that's good. That's good to root for underdogs. The victories taste sweeter.
Yeah, if they ever happen.
I guess that's true.
Here's a scene where the what do you call it, a
I love
paradox.
this joke. Yeah,
Yeah.
they will be again.
So see the scene that's about to come up. Oh, Starfleet boys, I was going to ask him.
This
No,
Is
I'm
that
here.
where
I'm here.
dividing The bit where they're dividing the money, is that like anywhere famous in San Francisco, or is that just a random street?
You
So
mean?
nothing
It
Oh,
might have
yeah,
actually
that's
been in
like-
L.A. They
those are all
shoot a lot of
famous
this in
streets,
L.A. I don't.
Yeah, yeah.
This is
Ah,
in
right.
San Francisco, for sure.
I'm trying to look for a landmark that looks familiar.
Yeah, I mean,
I can't tell from this.
Because
scene.
a lot of
I'd
what
be
they
surprised if they
shoot.
shot it.
Oh
if they
yeah,
actually
there's
shot.
the pyramid building in the background. That's real. That's
Oh,
really in
okay.
San Francisco. See it there?
Cool.
That's the it's called.
Oh, look in Berkeley. That's the
Yeah.
map. For,
No, but I mean the building for sure is a
Yeah.
giveaway.
Because it's just there's nothing really other than the Golden Gate Bridge and that kind of windy street that I associate with San Francisco. in
Well, it's
films.
real
You don't
hilly.
include
They have
Yeah.
windy street.
and
Yeah.
the trolley. There's not a single trolley car in this movie, though. That's kind of a
Really?
glaring
I
omission.
thought there was.
Oh, I'm surprised. I didn't realize that.
I don't think so. If I'm wrong, y'all be sure to point it out.
We will. Yeah.
I thought there
didn't
might be
realize
one in, like, a transitional scene where they'll just throw it in,
something.
so you
Yeah,
can see
that's
what
odd
life
that you wouldn't
at that
include a
time.
trolley. San Francisco is one of the few cities that still, I think, has like a functioning trolley system too.
Here, it's, unlike previous Star Trek films, the Voyage home was shot extensively on location. Many real settings and buildings were used as stand-ins for scenes set around and in the city of San Francisco.
Right on. This
But
scene
there is some stuff that they shot in L.A. that I can
Yeah.
point, like all the stuff in the park where they
Was
parked the
probably
bird
LA.
of prey. That was on in L.A.
Yeah.
This scene, Sulu was supposed to meet his grandson or something, or
Yeah, but
great-grandson
like
or
the
something like
actor
that.
child wasn't doing very good. He's supposed to be like a little kid crying, and it's like his like great grandfather. Oh look, there's the trolley right there.
There it is. There you go,
Yeah.
Fathery. Answered. All right, take
By
a
the way-
drink, everyone, because there's a trolley.
By the way, I love how not helpful this police officer is.
Oh, like in real life.
Yeah, I just no, but seriously,
Let's be happy that
yeah,
this is
you know,
all
but-
that happened between this.
Jesus.
Yeah, but like I love the way that Nemo keeps going back to the cop and just the expressionless look on his face. It's like what the
I like the cop's jacket.
Yeah, he looks like a dick. Or
Yeah.
he also
He
kinda
looks
looks
like a
like
kick.
he looks like a dude who'd be at the Blue Oyster Bar in Police Academy.
Bum, 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 no, no, no.
Y'all all know the story of
Extra
that
from
woman,
Chips.
right? We don't have to tell that story of the woman who said a cry. Oh look, Kirk Thatcher. Yeah.
What were you gonna say, Al?
I hate you.
He looks like he's an extra from Chips or something like that. I don't think Star Trek had ever done, real life cop uniforms.
I think that
So-
cop was the inspiration for Reno 911.
This dude was a PA. Wasn't he a PA on the movie? And he was like, I can go like write and perform a punk song and then play the punk on the bus.
It's very funny. And now he's a director, storyteller. He wrote and directed, I think, the latest Muppet movie, which was the Halloween one that
He
just
was in
came
a
out
short Trek. He was in
Yeah, he was in
the
Short
He was
Trek.
in Spider-Man
Ephraim
Far
and
From
Dot.
Home.
Yeah, he was
Yeah,
in
that's
Spider-Man
true.
Far From Home with his boombox.
That's very
Oh,
American.
sorry,
where
the first Spider-Man film, the first one, not the second one, I think. Sorry.
Spock may have killed somebody in public and everybody just clapped. That's very American.
By the way, he said screw you, which is a colorful metaphor. So here we go. I'm taking a shot for that. Screw
There you
you.
And he just said colorful metaphors, so do
All right,
another
so
one.
we do another shot. Here we go. Swear every other word.
I'm cheating. I'm drinking beer, but
I switched
No, I
to
know.
sake.
no, well, Father, Father, you're not alone. I'm drinking beer too, so you're not alone.
It's just
Yeah,
a
I'm drinking
sip.
beer.
Just
Oh,
take
wow.
a sip or whatever. I feel like Starfleet Boy's gonna be super wasted at the end of this.
this is
I'm
where we start to get
super
like
wasted,
we
man.
start to see like funny Kirk. We get like the goofy Kirk, and he's kind of more lighthearted, and all the rest of Captain Kirk performances after this, like
That's true.
William
Spock's
Shatner
outfit.
plays Kirk with more of a lightheartedness in 5, 6, and Generations after doing this in Star Trek 4.
Hey, so how you want to do like live art and we go dressed as Kirk and Spock and we go to during this aquarium?
We
Just-
do. We need to free. By the way, anyone in Miami listening to this, we have to free Lolita. Poor Lolita, who's been there for like more than 30 years. This poor
Lolita?
killer whale. Yeah, a killer whale who's been like And you could see her
The
fin,
might-
like, it's all sad, and I don't know, it's just
Oh.
sad. It
I
breaks
heard
my
they
heart.
pump her full of adrenaline to keep her
Oh,
alive.
stop it. Stop it. I
No, it's
can't.
crystal meth, mate. Crystal meth.
Like,
Hey,
I've been
hey,
down this road.
hey, owl, it's Miami, so it's cocaine.
It's
It's just straight up coke.
Cocaine or,
That's a
And,
stereotype.
and she has a Cuban accent.
You guys,
you guys,
sorry,
you guys are
Marcel.
Ow,
you guys are so
Chico!
awful. You guys are
Marcel,
so
what were you
awful.
saying, Marcel? We're
No, but I'm
awful.
saying, no, I just want to say you guys are so awful, but I love it.
Oh, okay. This movie
If
made
you
me
open up the
obsessed
whale,
with
it's just
whales.
filled with cocaine.
This is very preachy, but it never felt jarring to me. Like it feels pretty seamless in the movie, but it is very preachy to just like, okay, we're gonna stop and look at a documentary on why whaling is wrong. You know?
Let's make you feel guilty for
Yeah.
what we're doing.
This movie made me super interested in whales. I even did a presentation.
Look at the violence here.
Yeah, it's true. It's pretty
I
gross.
just said there's no violence in this movie, but I forgot about this. Yeah,
I
imagine they were
forgot
doing
how
this to a
intense this
human,
is.
Bobby.
My brain's not ready for this. Oof.
Slice that shit off. Imagine having this as your 9 to 5, like you just go to
No.
work and cut up animals like that.
It's still happening in Norway and Japan. It's part in Japanese
So it's
culture. I
abolished.
think it's like considered cultural.
It's
almost.
more fun to just use a shotgun.
Yeah.
Just, get
Most
right
of us
over
don't
them.
like
Just
to write, Ruben.
It's pretty popular to hunt doves with shotguns here in Texas, and then
oh, you need air,
If-
motherfucker.
if you eat the dove, you have to watch out because you'll get like a big piece of buckshot in your meat that you're eating.
Oh, is that right?
But dove is actually not a very tasty bird. You have to season the shit out of it for it to taste good.
I imagine
that-
that's true.
So I think people only hunt dove just because like it's fun to like shoot animals. It's not very tasty, in my opinion.
It's not the irony of shooting a bird that's associated with peace. It's one of the most Texas thing ever. It means peace.
Yeah,
Peace through force.
you represent peace. Well, fuck you. Boom, boom, boom.
American way. Peace through force.
peace. I've got an AR-15, motherfucker.
You got peace. I want to have a 3-piece of dove right now for supper. So,
You can't
Let's
have
fry that
peace
shit
if you
up.
don't have a peace.
Oh my god.
Plop, plop.
You guys are out of control. I love it.
man, I want to go
Oh,
grab my
God.
shotgun and go shoot a bird right now.
Fuck.
There's 5 people watching. Hello,
Tastes
everyone.
delicious.
Well,
If
I'm
you're
sorry.
watching, we're at timestamp 49 minutes and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 seconds. So 49 minutes, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15
We're only like a
seconds.
third of the way through the movie. There's
It's
still a lot
true,
of movie
it's
left.
true.
Also, this
Go
this
ahead.
This film has a really good pace to it. It moves really, really well.
Yeah. No, very well edited.
Without having a chase
tight
scene every
script.
20 minutes
Yeah.
like modern movies.
We need to compliment the script, by the way. It was a collaboration between Harv Bennett and Nicholas Meyer, Star Trek II director Nicholas Meyer. Harv Bennett wrote all of the future scenes, so he basically did like the beginning and the end, and then the middle, that's in 1986, was all Nicholas Meyer.
Nicholas Meyer, the heir to the Oscar Meyer fortune.
Oh, this is great. When
Fucking
Maybe he's singing to that man.
I just
Shut the fuck
love
up, you dumb old lady. Old people say all the dumb shit, though, so.
I just
Fuck,
love that.
bro.
This
Look at this guy.
Hey, Blue in the chat is wondering who else is watching with me. Blue, there's 5 people watching, but Darren is also watching, but he's on Facebook, so you guys cannot see each other. Unfortunately, I apologize. You're on YouTube and he's on Facebook, so
If you used Restream, I think
What
it
is
would
that?
show.
Yeah, no,
It's like an alternative
actually,
to StreamYard, but I don't know
Oh,
anyone who
actually-
uses it other than Larry Nemechek. And he's
no,
from
I was gonna
Oklahoma,
ask you
so.
about that.
what were you
was gonna
saying,
ask you-
Marcelo? Oh,
No,
we got a
actually-
hell. Hold on, sorry. Take a shot. Take a minute.
No, I was
You heard
gonna. Yeah, I was gonna say, I was gonna suggest that you should start using Restream.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I love StreamYards. I'm kind of committed, but yeah, I'll check it out.
I just paid for another year of StreamYard.
StreamYard,
so I can't
same
really
here.
switch
Yeah,
right
it's like,
now.
oh, like, okay.
Yeah, we both started around the same time.
Yeah. No, well, it's just a suggestion. I'm not saying.
I'll check it out. I'm always curious.
Marcelo's a shill. He's being
Marcelo,
sponsored
if
by-
you'll pay for the restream subscription, I'll do that instead.
The hell they did. Oh, shot.
Shot.
I think we missed a few health, so I'm just gonna take one for good measure.
No, that's a beautiful location.
It really is.
Whatever road they're on here, where you get like that great view of the hills behind the Golden Gate Bridge. I would love to go here and take a picture of me standing like in this area where they are.
They might be on the. Yeah, no, they're on the San Francisco side. I thought they were on the Sausalito side for a second.
And up there, like on top of those hills where they just were, that's where Starfleet HQ will be in the
Yep.
That was
23rd
beautiful,
century.
too. One nice minute-long shot of just
Yeah.
them talking.
Yeah, on location, natural lighting.
Doesn't end in an explosion and a 10-minute chase scene. Like, like every movie now.
There's that guy.
This is
What
like
is the
typical
jerk?
80s sleazy kind. Like he's not even like that big of an asshole, but just he's just kind of like you don't like him because he's just like the square.
He's the boss
like,
guy, the
yeah.
middle manager, you know.
Yeah, he like represents the man.
Yeah. I'm just doing my job, you know.
Yeah, fight the
Yeah.
man, man. Fight the man.
Blue says, "I wish we got Jillian again. I wish we had more Jillian too.
Yeah.
I bet there's more novel, like more of her
There,
in the
she
novels,
does.
but yeah.
She does show up in some Star Trek novels.
Did they even reference her on like any other show or film after this?
Nope.
I don't think we ever got her
No, I
again.
don't think so.
I thought Antonia, as nice as it was, it's cool that Antonia exists, but it would have been nice if Kirk was into Jillian that much, and like we had Jillian references in Generations. But that's cool. We got Antonia. We had a new character named Antonia, so it was fine.
That was
And-
dumb. That entire concept in Generations is dumb in my opinion. Like I didn't like that idea that like, oh, Kirk wanted to like be hanging and banging with some chick we've never heard of on a farm in Idaho instead of like out flying around a starship saving the galaxy. I hate. Well, that is my least favorite Star Trek movie for a reason.
I love Generations.
We'll have to do a
sorry.
drunk watch along of Generations. That'll be interesting.
You know, we have to do a watch along of all the Kellen movies. That's what you promised
Oh,
me.
that's true. We will do it.
Well,
Marcelo,
I
we're
wanted to
gonna
do one
it.
of Star
up
Trek
for that.
3,
I'm
but
up
I guess
Oh.
like
That one is gonna be special because that's your favorite movie, and I also adore that movie. I watched the VHS like hundreds of times.
I
Like,
watched
it's
that movie
such
the
a
other
good
day,
I've
by
seen
the
it,
way.
about 86
What movie?
times.
Star Trek 3 is
Star Trek
Father's
3.
favorite. Yeah,
it's the
Such a
least
good fucking movie.
appreciated. But
I
it's,
agree with that. I agree with that.
I think it's the most underappreciated Star Trek movie. But it's hard to stand out when you're sandwiched between Star Trek 2 and Star Trek 4.
Yeah, it's true.
I just see them all as one big movie.
That's true. Good point too.
Yeah, but they're all
Like
three
Police
so
Academy.
tonally different. Not just
Yeah.
tonally, but
But they fit so well together.
but that's part of why they complement each other, isn't it? That they are very different from one another.
Yeah. Guys, all those houses that you see there are like multi-million.
Oh my
dollar
god,
houses today.
yeah.
Like, it's
No,
insane.
for the oceanfront property in San Francisco.
like
Man,
It's-
I want to go back in time to 1986 and buy one of those houses.
for real. That's like what you really should do.
I'd be able to
It's like-
retire
Like,
it
you just want
now.
to buy the land where the Apple headquarters is going to be. and
Oh
then
yeah.
relax.
Like, Al's got a good point. The
Yeah,
orchard
yeah,
that they like.
That's a better
destroy-
idea.
It's true.
Buy
Um,
land on Cupertino or whatever the place.
I grew up traveling
The
back
old
and forth
Chevy
between
pickup.
San Francisco and Miami because my family had homes in the Bay Area, and a lot of them cashed out and left.
My
San
granddad
Francisco.
had a truck that looked just like this.
Is that a Ford or a Chevy truck?
It's a
couldn't
Chevy.
tell. A Chevy, nice. You were at Berkeley. I was not.
No.
That cold Odyssey.
Memory problems.
Dude, this is when we established Kirk is from Iowa. That had never been mentioned.
Oh, is that
before.
new? For Oh,
Really?
interesting. I didn't
Yeah.
realize that.
Interesting.
A macho thing. No.
Not that I don't think there is, but is there an Iowa accent, or is it just kind of?
It's
generic?
kind of
Standard
Midwestern. It's,
Yeah.
It sounds kind of like Minnesota, but not as strong.
It sounds like a very, very quiet fart.
Oh, jeez. By the way,
it's somewhere between Minnesota and Nebraska, which Nebraska is like the most neutral American voice you've ever heard.
Yeah.
There's a really cool accent
It-
guy on YouTube who takes you on like he's like an accent coach for actors, but he does a bunch of videos where like he does one where he takes you to the United States, like accent by accent. It's really interesting. He goes from New York to LA.
A bit in Waynesville. I'm in New York. Let's go to a Broadway
I like-
show.
I like trying to like figure out where people are from based on their accents, because I live in Austin, which is a city where like a lot of people move here from other parts of the country, and I kind of take pride in being able to guess like where people are from by talking to them.
I used to be able to be really good at telling the difference between an American and a Canadian, but I can't do it anymore.
Yeah, no, it's pretty easy because Canadians, you got to listen for like when they say like "hoose" or "a boot," like that.
Yeah, they go
Almost
higher
kind
in
of
the
Scottish.
accent.
Yeah,
I
this is
say
like
about-
this is like that syllable, like the long O's, and the long U's. They say a little different. Or Al, here's another easy one. If they say washroom, they're Canadian.
Okay.
No American calls it the washroom.
The restroom.
Yeah, we say like restroom or bathroom. No one calls it the toilet either. Like toilet is like the actual object you pee and poop in, but no one calls like go into that room, go into the toilet. No one says
I
that
call
in the
it the
States.
loo.
by the way, we had a few colorful metaphors in that scene, so here we go. Shot time.
Shot. Take down this video for copyright infringement. Shot.
Here we are in the glass.
Transparent aluminum.
The glass works. By the way, transparent aluminum is a real thing.
Yeah, because Scotty gave it to us from the fucking future.
It's a documentary.
I've been waiting for this bit the entire film. We say aluminium, not aluminum.
Ah! What is it? Aluminium.
Yeah, there's a joke about that.
Yeah.
in Community.
That's how it's
And they
fucking
say,
pronounced.
hey, how do you say estrogen? Like the female hormone?
Estro. They say estrogen,
Exactly the
right?
same way. Exactly the same way. Estrogen.
Yeah.
Estrogen. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then they call pedophiles pedophiles.
Pedo, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a
I
joke
quit.
in Community when John Oliver gets electrocuted, and they're like, "Are you okay?" And I think Chevy Chase says something aluminum, and he goes, "It's pronounced aluminium," and they're like, "You see, he's fine."
You guys,
True, that
James-
does drive a lot of British people wild.
Yeah, so James Doohan should have been saying aluminium. Well, maybe in the future, all
Yep.
the Brits just convert to it saying aluminum.
Because you're saying it wrong.
He's like, no.
I like that everyone's doing something like he's stealing a Huey, like he's stealing
Yeah,
an actual-
Sulu.
Everybody,
Sulu-
a
he's not
well-written
stealing
movie.
it. I
Everybody's,
assume that
everybody's
he
got a purpose in
seduces-
the movie.
I think
Everybody's
he
serving.
seduces this dude.
Oh, I
think
like
he's
that.
He's like, oh my, I'll suck your
Oh.
dick if you let me give this chopper.
There's that deleted scene where he's like, "Oh, gar." and then taking the keys quietly.
Yeah, it's like the like Airhead, but in the sky. It's Skyhead, or like Roadhead, but in the sky.
Oh, jeez.
Jesus.
That's why it's such a brilliantly written movie because every character serves
Has
a
something to
purpose
do.
and has something to do.
Yeah.
Has a little moment
Which
to
they-
shine.
They tried that in Star Trek 3, where they dropped the ball with Uhura, and I think they give her a bit more in this movie. Do y'all remember seeing those "I quit smoking" buttons? I don't remember those
No.
being a big deal. I've never
No,
seen.
I don't
those.
remember those,
Here,
but I think
look,
it's
here-
hilarious that he's wearing
here-
them.
Here, guys, you want to know a fun fact? So I watched this movie a little bit earlier today, and today is the first time in my life that I noticed that goddamn button on his shirt. I've seen this movie like a million times, but today is the first day I saw
Wow.
I saw the goddamn button.
You know what always like bugged me as a kid is when this woman comes in here and he's like, "Not now, Madeline." Like I always wondered. I wanted to know like why she was coming in here.
Just to give him some, he has to sign some paperwork or something,
I used to have a girlfriend named Madeline, and sometimes she would kind of
course you
be
did.
like, she would kind of be that girlfriend who would like text too often, or like I don't know, like I'd like get tired of dealing with her, and I would also like my instinct whenever she would like bother me was I'd be like, "Not now, Madeline!" Like the same way like this dude says it.
By the way, this is from our text message audience. That's Kirk Thatcher,
Oh shit!
Well, I don't-
Look at that, Mac, baby.
the punk
Oh, look at
that we
that.
saw
That's
earlier.
great. I love that.
The
thing.
old iMac.
Look at that beauty.
Or-
Oh yeah,
I-
it's not an iMac.
Macintosh.
That's
Yes.
Notch Plus.
They
Yeah,
called it
I-
the Mac Classic.
I
at this-
had one of these.
Mac Slick.
I had one of these, but in the 90s. This is like the computer that we had at our house in 1993.
No way. I played with
Yeah.
this computer.
That's quite good for 93, man.
I have a fun story. I was like a little kid and I played with this computer. My cousin had this computer. He was like very like he was like ahead of his time, whatever. I was like so impressed. And then I discovered there was a game on it where it was very basically a porno. Like you had to insert things into a person and I was like, "Oh, this is weird." And he came over and he's like, "What on earth are you doing?"
Not now, Madeline.
It's like exactly like
Like-
that, exactly.
Was it on the computer or did you have to insert a disc?
She was about.
It was on the computer already. It was onboard memory. So it's like really weird. So I didn't know what I was doing at that age, but yeah, it was very.
Madeline was
interesting.
kind of cute. Like I feel bad that she got
Later
yelled
on,
at
the boss
like
was
that.
like, "Madeline, what did you need?" And she's like, "Oh, I just wanted you to know that the cops seized all your cocaine and they're going to arrest you."
Oh, too late. Here they are.
She has like her hands out, like she was like ready
Yeah.
to, I don't know, like do like a big gesture or something. And it bothers me. Like I feel like there's a story there.
The warehouse is on fire.
Father, you
Oh,
got to write the
never mind.
short story about Madeline. That'll be great.
Yeah, that should have been a short trek.
Short Madeline. She called Madeline.
This is the first time I thought about it, but transparent metal would be terrifying. Imagine you were in a car park and there's like a steel girder, but you can see through it. You'd be fucking terrified. You'd be like, what is this? You'd be walking up to it going, what is this made of?
So this here is in Los Angeles, and if you go do Larry Nemechek's Trekland tours, he'll
He
take you
takes
to this
there.
part.
Oh, that's
yeah.
cool.
I did the equivalent of a Trekland tour, but it was like a Game of Thrones tour in Belfast area in Northern Ireland, where they shot all of Game of Thrones. It was really cool. Like the dude took me to like exact places where scenes were shot, and he'd be like, "Here." He'd pull up an iPad and he would show you the scene. And you'd be like, "Oh yeah, that's exactly where I'm standing."
What's the name of that temporal?
Oh, check out this
Starfleet?
pizza.
The one from,
Large
like-
mushroom pepperoni with extra onions and Michelob, please. So I watched this movie with Dave and Brian a couple
Sounds
years ago,
delicious.
and we watched it with a pizza like that, the large mushroom and pepperoni, whatever she said. Like we ordered it the same way. And what beer is she drinking?
Michelob Light, right?
Middle of light. I hate Michelob. You know, piss
It's the
water.
It's a Star Trek 4 beer.
I like that there's
Ugh.
like breadsticks there. The most useless food, but it's so
Yeah, but-
delicious.
Yeah, but don't you just
Marcelo.
want to like take one?
Marcelo,
Yeah, breadsticks are like crack.
Italian food's like really big where you are, right?
Yeah, I love Italian food. Yeah,
Yeah, it's not a big thing here in Austin. Like it's hard to find like
No?
good Italian food.
like,
I mean, like
yeah,
we're more like Mexican food's like the big thing down
Well,
here. So
yeah. Well, I love Mexican food too, but my favorite Italian dish is like penne alla vodka, which is like
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, it's really good.
I know what
You
penny
said
is.
that
but
like you were
what's alla
so in the
vo-
mafia there, Marcel.
Yeah, what's alla vodka? What does that mean? What is
Yeah,
penne
it's like
alla-
well, penne alla vodka is like ooh. Hold on, I'm gonna choke. Hold on.
Oh, Jesus, Marcelo.
Hold on. No. Wait a second.
I
I'll
like
be right
those
back.
little-
Gonna
I like
dramatically
those
talk
little
about
beer
pasta like that.
glasses. Marcelo, I hope you're okay. Come back.
You know, pint glasses.
Is that a pint? I don't think that's
That's
a
an
pint.
American pint.
it's
It's
a-
not. It's not a proper pint.
Yeah, I think it's like a
Thank you
quart.
really for saying that.
An imperial pint is the proper pint, I guess, right? Al?
All right.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, you can get Steins though, which are the German ones, which
Oh,
are like
true,
that,
true,
or
true.
bigger than I can show on my camera.
I have a horn. Over here. If you want to go
Welcome-
Scandinavian
Oh,
style.
I like that. I like horns. Welcome back, Marcelo. What were you saying about Italian food?
Antonio was telling me I don't drink out of that horn enough. I should go get it.
Well, penne alla vodka is just like just like regular pasta, and the penne is like this really fine Italian sauce. So
What kind of?
Nice.
Let's describe the sauce to us. Like, was it like
Yeah,
a
it's-
cheese sauce? Is it
no,
like
it's-
a tomatoey? Is it?
Yeah, it's not cheesy, but it's like tomato is like really heavily tomatoey sauce. So
Okay.
I like her eyebrows. Her eyebrows. are
And
big.
Marcelo,
No.
is this something that there's a
Really
good
nice shapes.
restaurant where you live that does it, or does one of your relatives make it, or?
No, actually, one of my relatives, one of my aunts, makes the best penne alla vodka that I've ever had. She does it for me every year on my birthday.
You guys we're getting a request for a timestamp, which is from our text message audience, and thank you for watching, by the way. It's 1 hour 6 minutes 50 seconds, 51, 52.
We should
53.
give those regularly. We
54,
should give one like
55.
every 15 minutes.
Oh, that's a little too regular. But yeah, and he's ask us for the timestamp if you need it. Like
You know, a good way to stay regular is to eat a jalapeno every day. That's what I do.
That's very rare. Very odd.
Is it?
Like, where did that come from?
I mean, I don't. It makes me poop. So
Oh, okay.
That's
Cleans you out,
that's
man.
the
It makes
intro
you
for the
nice.
video. It makes me poop.
Yeah, it cleans you out.
Oh my god, I love it. Our text message audience is a little behind.
did
us,
you
I
also
think.
know? Did you also know that one jalapeno contains more vitamin C than an entire orange?
I didn't know that.
I did
What?
not
Yeah.
know that.
Yeah,
That's insane.
and they're really cheap.
Yeah, they are. I didn't know that a whole one
What,
jalapeno had.
Antonio?
And
That
they
much.
make you poop.
Yeah, they're like 5 cents.
That's crazy.
It's like the trifecta.
They could also give you heartburn if you're not into spices, though. Just
Well,
FYI.
just don't be a bitch and learn to like spicy food.
One time I went to this restaurant and I was waiting for my meal, and they had those little, like, you could get those cups and put jalapenos in it. You know, you could have it ready. And so I'm sitting there with my little cup, and I'm like, ah, fuck it. I just had to start eating jalapenos straight up on an empty stomach. And I went and I threw up in the bathroom of the restaurant, and then came out and had my dinner.
Do you know what else I do every day? Like, this is weird, but like I mash up an avocado into guacamole, and then I cut a jalapeno in half, and I use the jalapeno to dip guacamole into my mouth.
That sounds good, man.
Interesting. Yeah. Here she is, the Enterprise. I would love to go on the real Enterprise aircraft carrier, which is also in Top
They just
Gun.
retired it. The CVN 65 nuclear Enterprise from the 1960s
From
is
Top Gun.
retired, but they're I don't know if they've rolled it out yet, but they were gonna roll out
A new Enterprise.
a new one. I think they probably
Ooh.
already did, because this is a few years ago. Look at that German Shepherd from 1986. That dog is dead.
It's dead like 3 times over.
I love how
Like
you're
its puppies are dead.
It's oh my gosh. Darren wants to know, what do you think about the Dr. Jillian referring to the as somebody? I don't
I don't
referring
get
to what, Darren? Please help us out here, because maybe
So do you guys do you guys
I
think
missed
that Uhura and Chekhov got exposed to radiation in this scene, or do you think like
No.
no?
They grew
like,
tails.
if they did, Marcelo, it's easily fixable in the
Yeah, Dr.
Yeah, no,
McCoy
yeah.
would just
Yeah,
like
with a
wave a
picture,
light
yeah.
over them, and then
Yeah,
they're
it's
yeah,
like,
I'm gonna wave a light over.
I like how
As,
the- I mean,
that's,
far
you
as
know,
the sailors in the United States Navy, like they probably like they got like cancer and died, but
Right, but
Do you
happens
know
a
what?
lot with our
I grew
military.
I grew up near a nuclear base, and
Oh,
the
yeah.
amount of people,
Yeah.
the
explains a
amount
lot.
of people, 10, 50 miles away, but the amount of people that work there that I knew that died from cancer or had children with deformities is pretty high.
Yeah, Grant
Right,
Morrison. Grant Morrison talks about like his dad taking him to like protest that base and shit.
Yeah, it'll be the same base, fast lane base.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's like 20 miles outside of Glasgow. Yeah.
Oh, Darren says the whales. So, what do you guys think about Dr. Jillian referring to the whales as somebody?
I mean, I think
don't
people do that to animals all the time.
Yeah.
So
Better for you.
The only
it's
animals
better for
that
me.
want to eat like dogs.
It's better for them. I love this.
better for me.
By the
Do
way,
you think
we
if this-
missed a colorful metaphor, so everyone take a sip.
and
Alright.
how great is Shatner in this movie? Like the people who think like, oh, Captain Kirk is such a joke, William Shatner can't act. Like fuck you. Watch Star Trek 4. Like this dude
No,
is
no.
he,
No,
he
I
is
think-
he's selling all this shit to me.
William.
I think you're
William
right, Father, because
Shatner-
sorry, Marcel, on you go.
Oh, I'm sorry. William Shatner is a great actor, but the problem with William Shatner, I believe, is that he doesn't act like 100% all the time. he has to be coerced into
What?
turning in a good performance. But that's just my opinion. I could be
Oh, okay.
coerced.
See,
I think he's
a great
100%
comedic
into
actor.
it. Sorry, go ahead, Al. You go.
No, I
on.
think he's a phenomenal comedic actor, like Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford is one of the best comedy actors on the planet, but he never
What?
does comedy that much.
What?
No,
did
look,
that-
when you think about Harrison Ford being funny, he is very, very funny, but he doesn't
Yeah.
do a lot of comedy.
Like the,
I agree
think-
that William
think-
Shatner
think
is
of
very
the,
funny,
Think of the
it's
funny
true.
part. Think of the funny parts of Indiana Jones, and tell me
Yeah,
like
it's
how
true.
like he's great at that shit.
Yeah,
he
it's
really
true.
is.
He did
Whereas
Harrison
Shatner's
Ford.
doing the same, where he's not being Kirk on the bridge. He's getting to be. This is the first time we've seen Kirk outside the bridge doing what he does.
Yeah, well, he did it. He did it like in like say like a piece of the action.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Do you think if this has been set 5 years later, it would have been the hole in the ozone layer?
Oh,
rather than
interesting.
Whale?
Oh yeah, if it was like George H.W. Bush era, then
Yeah, then it would have been the whole in the
probably.
ozone. I heard that the Star Trek 4 for Kelvin films was going to be environmental as well. They were going to try to do an environmental spin on it.
Which
That'd be
version? The
cool.
18 directors that have been
That's
attached
true,
to it,
good point.
Or the 21
Hey, we
writers?
we have a director and a release date right now, so we're doing pretty good.
Father, who is the director? I
The
can't
One
remember.
Division dude.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, this week. Dan something.
Dan-
Shakerman, something like that.
Yeah, no, Dan Shackerman.
That's it.
Look, this
And we
dude.
also-
You can see like the stripes on his sleeve to see that he's a commander
Yeah.
in the U.S. Navy.
And we also
Did you
have
guys-
a writer for the film.
What was that, Marcelo?
We also have a writer for the Star Trek film coming out in 2023 as well.
Oh, we do. I didn't realize that.
I thought
Yeah.
Kalinda Vasquez was working on something different.
Yeah, I thought so
who's-
too.
No, but,
Oh. No, you're right. Yeah, it's the Captain Marvel. It's the woman who co-wrote Captain Marvel, right? Like she's writing.
Yeah.
It's like MCU people. We have
Yep.
we have a Captain Marvel writer and a WandaVision director.
oh my
Did you
God,
guys
sorry.
talk about Hawkeye at all tonight before I come on? Or
No, ain't
Not-
none of us seen it yet.
None of us has
I
seen
have-
it yet,
I did.
but
I did.
Oh,
But,
Marcelo has.
I did. I did.
I need
By the
to
way-
though.
our text message audience says Mark Hamill has actually stated something similar about Harrison Ford. He wishes they could do a comedy together. That would be
They'd
amazing.
be hilarious. Both
That would be
those
so
dudes are
good.
funny. Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
yeah, look, even Hollywood Homicide, which is a terrible comedy film.
Dude,
his
I was just about to bring that
he's got
up.
Timing like that. Yeah, his timing is
I-
fucking phenomenal.
I was just about to bring that up. I look personally, I love that film, but it cracks. I crack up so hard every time I watch that film, and it's not that great.
What is it? Take this down. I want a cheeseburger, medium rare, whatever. That he goes through that whole.
Yeah.
What we don't know is because of the radiation in that scene when Uhura got beamed out, she rematerialized with a third boob.
Stop. Oh my god.
I mean, Nichelle Nichols is a beautiful woman, and I think that would only be an improvement on top of. It's already kind of perfection.
The effect of the radiation was she didn't age for about 25 years after.
She doesn't have her Star Trek 3 Jerry curls anymore.
I know. I love the Star Trek 3 looks that she
No,
has.
she has the
I-
80s mullet.
This is a scene that I'm glad they didn't cut it out, but you wouldn't use this word
Oh,
today.
this dude is so perfect. Yeah,
To
yeah,
play
yeah.
this-
You wouldn't
yeah,
say that today.
You wouldn't say that today. It wouldn't
But
happen.
you would totally say that in '86. So in
Yeah.
context, it kind of works.
Yeah, it
I
kind
mean,
of
it's still problematic, but I think as far as like realism, it makes
It's
sense.
legit. Yeah, it's true.
But how great is this dude? He seems like that. Yeah, like
An
that.
asshole. Like a perfect asshole.
No, no. He seems like a proper asshole.
Don't you play game with me, mister?
Well, the 80s is kind of associated with assholes, though, is it not?
Yeah, for sure. He's very much like that 1980s like New York type attitude. You know, like that.
Cocaine.
Wall Street.
I was thinking more like Wall Street type. You know, the way he looks there with like the tie and shirt and everything. But
You can always tell a villain in the sort of late 80s because they've got their hair slicked back.
By the way, Walter Koenig did actually have Russian ancestry.
mm-hmm.
A lot of people like to point out that he was doing a fake accent, which is true.
But no,
'cause
he
it's not
says
his
he
real
based
accent.
no, he based the accent on like he said this is how his dad really
Yeah.
talked.
So
Like,
I believe
people are like, oh, like real Russians, they wouldn't say like Wessel, but he was like, no, like that's my dad at the dinner table would say like, pass the vegetables.
Yeah,
like-
legit.
I never
legit.
thought about it, but Chekhov leaves behind a Klingon phaser.
Is that Chekhov's gun?
Google it.
I like how
Well
we
done.
freeze-framed.
This
Well
looks so
done.
good too. Like the fact they were able to use like real like military extras.
Yeah.
Like, these are real Marines. Those are real sailors hitting the deck.
It's weird though that when you think about it, that because they've got a Russian on board, that he didn't say, "Oh, at this point in history, shut your fucking mouth when you get into San Francisco, Chekhov. Don't say anything."
Ooh.
Hey Al, can you turn your mic up a little bit?
Chekhov, the damsel in distress.
Who is like the national enemy now? If they're like making this movie now, like are we still in like the Middle Eastern
China.
terrorist phase, or would it, or like now have we transitioned to China?
You
Oh,
can do
gosh.
Russia again now, but yeah, China. Except then you lose the Chinese movie market,
Yeah.
so
No,
you don't want to do
Because
that.
Well,
when
hey-
you release
hey,
it in
if-
China, it'll be some other country. It's fine.
I'm looking forward to like when we have like a shooting war with China because I'm gonna defect
Oh
to the
my
People's
goodness.
Republic of China.
It won't be like that, Father. It's gonna be a smooth integration. Don't worry. It's not gonna be.
Ni hao
Bill-
ma. Oh,
Chi-
hi.
Wow, you actually know words.
I know look Cantonese. I'm
Chinese.
ready.
China.
My granddad hated the Chinese because they shot at him in the Korean War. Like he drove a truck. He like drove supplies back and forth, and like the Chinese would like shoot at him, but they never hit him. If they had, I wouldn't be here. I guess so.
It's
I guess
because of the
that's-
squinty eyes.
Oh, jeez. We don't.
Oh, jeez.
Ruben. But this scene broke my heart when I was a kid. By the way, no, I'm not gonna say anything.
Yeah, let's just stop.
Oh, come on now.
No.
All
This
right,
is a
fine.
Star Trek 4 stream.
Bam!
Bam, indeed. Did she slap him already? Did I miss the slap? I missed the slap.
Yeah,
didn't
no,
I?
no.
Oh,
no,
we
I
need
slapped
to
him like a second ago.
we need to point out how the Citation Institute logo becomes the Citation Ops logo.
Oh, yes!
in Lower Decks.
It's true. Very nice. Good job.
So we can thank Dr. Gillian Taylor.
By the way,
right?
there
That's her
surely
name?
has been a colorful metaphor
Oh.
between here and there. So
Look,
take a shot.
that helicopter is a miniature, and I kind of hate that I know it's a miniature because now it kind of looks like a miniature whenever I watch this.
I didn't notice that until now. That's funny.
Yeah, you're welcome. I've ruined it for you.
Thanks.
Yeah, they shrunk Chekhov for this, Sulu for this,
Yeah.
to fit
Well,
the miniature.
George Takei is kind of a short dude in real life. Man, when me and Antonia took a picture with George Takei, he like, I don't know if I should tell this story. Antonia, do you remember when we took our picture with George Takei? Okay.
Admiral Kirk. Bum bum bum. This is the music's so good in this movie. I swear.
Yeah, I know like they shot this in LA, but I feel like I believe it's San Francisco because like she's wearing that jacket and it's like I don't know, it just looks like in the turtleneck as like the chillier San Francisco weather than Los Angeles weather. Ugh, like if she was like really running and bumped into that, I think she would have hurt herself a lot more.
Yeah.
She's got to do like the mime acting. Look at like Jimmy Doohan's reaction though, like when he like looks down and sees her. Like these people are like performing
Actors,
so
they're
well.
good
yeah,
actors,
Yeah,
that's true.
yeah. Like Nimoy got the great performances out of them.
Blue says you guys are hilarious. We need watch-alongs of all the films. I think we've done. Did we ever do another watch-along of Star Trek films on?
We only
After
did
Dark?
Star Trek 2. I
I
wanted to
didn't
get
realize that.
This is my first
Triangulum back
watch-along
on
ever.
Yeah, it would be nice. We got to get David back on.
for Star Trek 3.
David, shout out to Triangulum Audio Studios.
This is the first time I've ever done a watch along of anything.
Do you know the
This
story?
is actually the first time Ruben has ever watched a movie in his life.
Really? How do you like the movie, Ruben?
He's only watched music videos before this on VH1 and like the pop-up music videos where they have like little trivia.
Pop
Yeah.
video. Pop up.
No, but seriously, I've never been on a watch along like alive.
Oh, really?
Only in the chat.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, well, welcome to the watch along.
Well,
Ruben.
how does it feel to have your cherry popped?
I'm terrified right now. I just wet myself.
Yeah.
We almost canceled you 3 times in this episode, Ruben.
I've probably been. I will be have been canceled like 10 years from now for sure. At the rate we're going. At the rate things are going.
I've already prepared my like renounce Ruben speech. Where
I barely know the guy.
I have to disown you. Yeah.
I couldn't control when he was invited on the stream. You know.
Al, you're on mute. I think you're trying to talk.
Command
Al,
D.
you
Oh,
know.
sorry, it was the microphone that was on mute.
There you
I'm
go.
just taking little sound bites from Ruben and putting them in my videos for reviews. With 5-second sound bites.
Hey Ruben, have you ever played a video game called Control?
No, I keep seeing it. It looks interesting, but
It's on Game Pass, and Tony is playing it right now. And I was like, "Oh, this looks like something Ruben might like."
it
thought I'd mention
has
to you.
the actress from Walking Dead, right? Like her, she's on the cover.
Is there an actress from Walking Dead in that game, Antonio?
Oh, what's her name on Walking Dead? She was also on one of the Arrowverse shows.
I don't know, maybe. But it's
She
like
was
it's
in
kind of like a
Smallville.
horror game, but it has like a lot of like action shooty stuff, and there's
Right,
like
it's
a
like she can control
telekinetic. Yeah, you can
yeah,
like
yeah.
pick up objects and throw. It looks like fun to play. I would recommend it, based on some of the games you've mentioned before that you like.
I love in this scene that over the announcements you hear Dr. Ben E. Dover.
That's awesome. I never noticed that.
Is Bart Simpson the one paging the doctor?
But listen, it's right now.
This old man. You know what I said
I
about
like-
the German Shepherd earlier?
Yeah.
This lady's dead and gone already.
Oh, jeez.
That does not look like someone who's alive 35 years later.
I don't think she made it to the end of the filming.
Oh my gosh. Oh my
She wasn't at the rap party. Let's just say.
God.
It's his mum, man.
The worst.
Yeah, no, this sequence feels like an 80s sitcom. They're like walking around in scrubs pretending to be doctors and shit.
Yeah, it's like there's no like there's no like security all over the place. Like the hell is this?
They didn't have security in hospitals in the
Yeah,
80s.
all the
This guy is like,
security,
what?
it's
Oh,
true. All
well.
the security stuff is post 2000.
Some strangers pushed me aside and took my gurney. I'm just gonna leave now.
They should have had someone smoking cigarettes in the hospital. 'Cause that would have made it feel like so 80s.
Do you know what? I used to live next to a hospital, and every day I had to walk by there to get into my job, and the maternity ward was at the front, and you used to see like 16, 17, 18-year-old pregnant women just sitting smoking outside the front of the
Oh my god.
It was the most depressing thing I've ever seen. It was absolutely.
And all those kids work in Parliament now.
All those kids were
Post-Cramdale.
men.
I like how Bones
Busy
is
man.
just like saying all the technical term for cramps. I hate this doctor. I don't
like
even know
this.
what he looks
No,
like.
I like this doctor because he seems like such a prick. Like, let's be real. Like, doctors are assholes. Like, doctors and lawyers are like the two biggest assholes in society.
Those
Like
are the people
outside
you never
of
wanted
their
to work.
jobs,
You know,
they're
with,
just dicks.
Yeah, but with all due respect, if it wasn't for doctors, I probably wouldn't be here. But
Yes.
I do kind of agree with you a little bit. Some doctors can be fucking assholes.
Like I've worked in a call center doing customer service, and anytime I was talking to someone and they're like, "Oh, I'm a doctor," I was like, "Oh, okay, this guy's gonna be an asshole, or this
My
woman's gonna be an
friend-
asshole."
One of my closest friends' wife is a doctor, and she's, without a doubt, one of the most intelligent people I've ever met. But she's got no common sense. Like about 10 years ago, we were sitting at a barbecue and I had a vest on, and I've got tattoos on my arms. And she went, "Are your tattoos?" What did she say to me? She made a comment about my tattoos, and I went, "Oh, I take them off when I go for a shower." And she went, "Oh, okay." And no, like she perfectly believed that I take my tattoos off when I go for a shower. And she referred to, you know, the film Captain Phillips with Tom Hanks in it, instead
Yes.
of the Somali pirates, she always calls it the salami pirates.
Oh no.
Well, you ain't got to be good at geography to be a doctor, I guess.
I guess not.
But yeah,
it's true.
she's like one of the most. I'll tell you in the after show what I done to her at someone's 30th birthday. I can't tell on screen. But
Okay, thank you for saving it for the after show.
Well,
That
good
little
for your friend for being married to a doctor. And that's probably pretty cool.
yeah.
any doctors out there, I'm willing to marry you. Just FYI.
I had
Oh
it
yeah,
in
my
me.
friend was like, if
Got
we have kids, I'll be a work from home dad. And she was
Admiral.
like, you're not doing that.
Oh,
I like
yes,
that Chekhov says Admiral, rank Admiral. He becomes a Admiral in Star Trek Renegades, if I'm not mistaken.
I've not watched that.
Well, that's
movie.
non-canon.
Look at
I
those
know, it's
furry
true.
arms.
But I want Walter to come back in the 1000th episode of Star Trek that I
Yes.
keep talking about.
Yes, please. When is that? Like, it's a couple years away yet.
5 to 10 years is what I keep
Bum,
saying, but I
bum,
mean, like it really depends. But
This is a really good sequence,
Yeah, it is.
and the music just makes it so good.
it's fun.
Yeah, I love the I love the way he puts the head down. I'm like, what the
Now-
hell is that all about?
What was I saying earlier about like the three movies that fit together, but like yet they're so different?
Yeah.
Imagine the sequence and compare it to anything. Is there anything even remotely close to this in the same ballpark? Hell, in the same league, the same sport? Is there anything close to this in Star Trek 2 or Star Trek 3?
No.
Way.
Yeah, but it's still like these three movies still fit together. That's like the
It's true.
beauty of them.
It's like it's like the strangest thing ever. But you're right, it fit.
Bum 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 bum
Star
bum
Trek
bum
2 is
bop.
like this naval battle. Epic.
Epic.
You
Master
know,
Star Trek 3 is like the hard sci-fi with like aliens and planets blowing up.
and rebirth, and recreating entire planets with a missile,
Yeah.
and the death of the Enterprise. Really,
That's right.
a major character.
Oh my God,
broke
Bones,
my
what have I
heart.
done?
Yeah, and then this is like the
What you
grounded,
had
down
to
to
do.
earth,
You
realistic.
always do.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, they
Turn
like
death
the
into a fighting chance to
Live. Sorry.
you
I like
so
that.
hell I think you said like it was like a beautiful accident like this trilogy or something.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think a lot of it was like probably Harv Bennett more than anyone else. I think
Yeah.
it was just like smart writing of like each movie.
Like
And-
connection, yeah.
And yeah, like reacting to what came before, but still like branching off into your own territory.
Can you imagine they get two Vicks here?
No, just stop it. Oh my gosh. Father just said this beautiful thing and you just like two Vicks
Oh,
there.
look how 80s these people look. Like the fitness nuts
Yeah.
jogging around in the park. Yeah.
I'll be back, make it show. I gotta go to the bathroom, but I'll be listening.
I couldn't help
with the high
it. She
shorts?
jumps into the transporter beam, and I'm just like to get two Vicks. Kirk comes out with half of her hair on one side, a
What,
boob
comes
in
up
the
with
middle of
like
his
a perm?
chest.
Oh my God.
Look at that shot. That's some cool framing there. That's why they built this new bridge, so you could have shots like that.
But did they ever give like any explanation, like in any Star Trek movie, why the bridges look so different from movie to movie?
I mean, either the Vulcans refitted it, or maybe there's like two bridges in the Bird of Prey. There's like an A bridge and a B bridge.
Yeah, like
They're
a battle
Look at the
bridge,
size of
like
that
the
shit,
Enterprise.
Father.
we-
It's tiny. Come
We're just
on.
gonna use the B bridge.
Because the thing that really pissed me off is I love the way that the bridge looks at the end of this movie, but in the next movie, it looks completely different. I'm like,
Oh, on the Enterprise? I thought we were talking about the Bird of Prey.
no, but
Yeah,
When I
well,
think-
on the Constitution class starship, it's just an interchangeable module. So they
Yeah.
just
Right, don't
they
they can
obviously just had
swap
to,
out
they had to
bridges,
swap it out. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean the real life answer is because they had to rebuild it.
right,
But
right.
it was actually it
'cause
was
the-
destroyed. It had like a fire or a flood or something destroyed the set.
Oh,
they had at
really?
the end of
I
this
didn't
one.
know
Yeah,
that. I didn't know
but
that.
it does look really good. I love the way it looks at the end of this movie.
It looks
It
great.
reminds me a lot of the First Contact, the Enterprise E bridge, because there's a lot of like, leather panels on the wall and stuff.
How's your leg? This movie does not pass the Bechdel test, does it? Because like these two ladies never speak to each other really.
Oh,
Oh.
the
Oh,
Bechdel
that's
test.
interesting. What is it? I don't know what the hell it is.
Oh, you're going to go down
The
a deep
Bechdel
rabbit hole
test
here.
is,
Oh God, I shouldn't ask for that.
There's two women
just
talking
Google
in a movie that's not in relation to. It has nothing to do with like a man or.
So they're not talking
romantic.
about the hero or whatever, or the
Yeah.
interest.
Marcelo,
Oh, okay.
real quick fact. I think, if I'm not mistaken, the Kelvin Star Trek Beyond's the first time we see the bridge module being placed on top of the Enterprise in the time lapse building of the Enterprise sequence, Enterprise A sequence at the end of that movie.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
Thanks for the little
See,
tidbit.
I was listening. I was away. I broke my seal. I'm gonna have another shot.
Oh my God.
Is that a full shirt you're wearing, Starfleet boy, or
These
is that
are
what, a polo shirt?
sake. I'm taking shots of sake.
Oh no, the shirt.
He's asking about your
is
shirt.
It a polo shirt? Is it a polo
Oh,
shirt?
what
Is
am
it
I
a full
wearing?
shirt?
That's
No,
not
it's
a
like a
polo
white
shirt.
shirt, right?
It's just like a button down. We had like a little dinner thing, so I'm still wearing it from that.
Man, I don't know if you want to load a harpoon, like pushing the harpoon in with your face looking
No.
kind of right at it.
With the point, that's a bad idea.
It's in,
How-
Charlie.
Those are
How other way would
those
you
are
do it?
animatronic whales that they're using. In
Yeah,
the
they look
scene,
good.
which is pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. I always thought there was real footage of whales when I was a kid.
Yeah, they actually got like angry letters from like animal rights organizations. Like, how would you like shoot these animals like this close in the water? Like that's bad for them and stuff. And they're like, no, these are like animatronics.
No, they're really good animatronics. The shot that's coming up when the bird of prey decloaks over the whaler ship is
Really
amazing.
cool.
I think it's still one of the most beautiful epic shots ever.
Do you know what blew my mind until recently, and I only learned it like 2 years ago, is to show my age, in the show Sequest DSV, the dolphin is mostly animatronic.
Darwin. Yeah,
I didn't know
it's
Darwin.
like
Darwin
was
the dolphin.
You see how they do
Wow.
it, and it's like fucking phenomenal, and it's like, that was...
Yeah, he looked
almost
as
30
real
years
as
ago.
Flipper.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
crazy.
It was almost 30 years ago, and it looked fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, this is like the only like overt act of pure violence in the movie is when they shoot the harpoon,
It's such a great moment right here.
and then this is the reaction to
Boom.
it. It's like boom. It's like no, we ain't having that shit in this
we
movie.
ain't having that shit. Look at this beautiful freaking bird of freaking prey. Everyone take a shot. Sorry, look at that shit.
For the
Looks
bird
so
of
good.
prey. I'm
Cheers.
taking. This one's
I
for the
always
bird of
forget
prey.
that
Yeah,
the-
that was one of my favorite shots of all time in any fucking movie.
That is so good.
I love it.
We got
Oh, look at that.
our text message audience says to Al, Darwin sick.
Darwin says, "Who thought of this show?"
Someone was like, "Let's do Star Trek but underwater."
With dolphins. Let's make the dolphin spot.
It's true.
This is a
This
really
is a-
cool sequence. Man.
Yeah, I agree,
when,
Marcelo.
When,
Oh
when
my
he starts
gosh.
counting down, like, and the lights go, yeah.
Yeah, I love like the lighting and the bird of prey. Like the lighting is so great, isn't it? Like they
That's
can get
an
like really
insane
dark
beaming.
but have like the self illumination from some of the lights.
The thing that ruins it though for me is the scale. Is you know how big a whale is, and you see how big that ship is when they're on Vulcan.
Yeah,
so
you see this
Admiral.
area that they're
There
beamed
be
into.
whales here. I love this line. Sorry.
you know you would need like a warehouse full of water to like, have a whale, and that ship ain't that big.
You're saying the whale should be bigger than the ship? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying the ship is
EC
too small for a
Henry
whale.
has a good video on that. On that,
Oh, I gotta see that.
Yeah, I gotta check out the EC Henry video.
I love EC Henry's videos. He showed how big like 1,000 people on the Enterprise D would be, and it's like tiny. It's like the
Yeah.
Enterprise D
Yeah, it's
is
like
mostly
that
like
big.
empty space. It's crazy.
That's
Yeah,
why
I
I
think
don't.
I've seen
I
that
don't like
video.
the Enterprise D. I don't like the Galaxy class ship. And
Does it feel
part of my
too much
problem
like
with it
cruise
is
liner?
it's too big.
It is huge. It's a big ship, but now everything's bigger than it.
80s though.
Everything's bigger than the Galaxy class now. Even the Enterprise and the Kelvin verse is bigger than the
Okay, that one
Galaxy
is.
class.
Like the Enterprise
That's a good
E,
point.
the Enterprise E is smaller. Enterprise E is smaller than the Enterprise D. It's longer.
Is it? I didn't realize that.
It's longer, but it has much less internal volume.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't realize
Yeah,
that.
that's why there ain't families on the Enterprise E.
Also,
Everything's
the writers
bigger
realised
in the
that
Kelvin
just-
universe, people. Take that home. Yeah, that's your lesson for them.
The
What were you
Kelvin
saying?
universe Enterprise has like windows that are like 10 stories tall because they had to upscale the ship to match the giant hangar bay for the shuttles. But
what they do have in the Kelvin verse is the central corridor, because I know they wanted to do that in TNG, where in Star Trek Beyond you see that there's like one corridor that goes all the way through the ship, kind of thing. Do you remember when the ship gets breached? It's like you look up and you can see like, all the decks above you.
like
and all the decks
Star
below
Trek
you.
in the Darkness, when it's like turning sideways and stuff, and Scotty and Kirk are running through the ship.
Yeah.
Gang, we have a lot of text message audience tonight, so we're getting a timestamp request, which is 1 hour, 36 minutes, 47 seconds, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52.
We're almost at the end.
36,
We're in
yeah,
like
I know.
the last 10 minutes of the movie. That makes me kind of.
Hope-
No, we're at 136, not one. I thought you were saying 150.
No, 1 hour, 37 minutes, 05, 06, 07. Are you guys all there too? Around that area?
Yeah,
Like I have
yeah, I'm
some-
around that area.
There's like 21 minutes left, basically. Father, I'm surprised that the Enterprise D is too big for you, since Texas is all about big things.
I like that. It's such a perfectly paced movie that there's no moment.
It only
Right?
has the one
Right?
phaser
I'm
array
not
and not enough
seeing-
guns.
See, right, Ruben? See, I was right.
Yeah,
Ruben,
no,
what were
it
you
is.
saying?
No, Marcelo said it earlier, but I want to say it again. Like the pacing of this movie is so on point.
Nice.
There's no lull in the story. It's always.
It just
moving.
goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Always moving
And it
forward.
was 2 different writers crafting the script. So that's how harmonious it was. Harv Bennett, Leonard Nimoy, and Nicholas Meyer. They're like the true staples of great Star Trek movies. The best Star Trek movies had 2 of the 3 of them in charge of the movie. So, Star Trek 2 was all Harv Bennett, Nicholas Meyer. Star Trek 3 was all Harv Bennett, Leonard Nimoy. This movie is all 3 of them. And then Star Trek 6 is Nicholas Meyer and Leonard Nimoy. Those
You
are
know
all
the-
the best ones.
The camera shake looked legit in those last couple scenes that just passed. Like, I feel like
Yeah,
camera
the
shake.
intensity of it.
Yeah, the intensity looked really good. Yeah, it's true. We didn't get the CG sequence again. We just got them all looking stoned.
Yeah, we ain't got time for that.
All right, take a shot, everyone. We travel back to the future.
Gotta go back in time.
I can't believe my one beer lasted almost a whole movie. Jesus.
Good job.
Because by the sounds of it, mate, you were just eating all the way through it.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, it's not like you ate like 4 bags of chips and drank half a beer.
I ate a slice
No,
of pumpkin pie.
no,
So
I
when
like
we
that,
asked
like-
your opinion, you had to lift your head out the popcorn bowl. And...
Yeah. Yeah, we're going down, man. We're going down.
Blue says, please do more watch-alongs after dark. You guys are the best. Thank you, Blue. We will consider it. Yes.
Kelvin timeline.
And-
Kelvin timeline. Rewatch.
Captain
Come on, guys.
Kirk, I will consider it.
Do you know what? I think we should do it. But I think we should do it like the week between.
That's
Christmas
from Mirror
and New
Mirror,
Year,
by the way.
because no one does anything that week.
Wait, sorry, what's that?
Mirror Mirror.
Geek?
That's what Mirror Universe Spock said.
True, true. And what were you saying, Geek?
If we're doing rewatches, we should maybe try and do it the week between Christmas and New Year, because that's a bit of a black hole. For a lot
Yeah,
of
maybe.
people.
Yeah, it was a good idea. I love that shot. That's like one of the most iconic shots.
Beautiful.
Boom.
But again, the scale of the ship just bothers me. The bird of prey bothers me.
It looks a little Godzilla movie-ish there.
Blow the hatch.
I love the
You
way.
know
I
what's
love
funny?
the way. Yeah, I love the way that he says,
I do think
"Everybody
it's funny.
abandon ship."
It's true.
So, do you think then that they would have recovered the bird of prey from the water to study?
Yeah. In Star Trek 6, the novelization, Scotty is teaching a class before he gets called to that meeting that you see in the film version, and they've basically got the bird of prey in a hangar, and he's like showing all the cadets.
So it's an
like,
Independence Day scenario where they've had the ship for a while. Then
yeah, so that bird of prey stayed on Earth, and
Right.
they totally like use it as a tactical teaching method or whatever. I
Whales
don't
are
know.
like, kill all the humans. They brought us back through time just to drown us in this ship. Kill them all, bro.
Wow, that got Marcelo going.
Oh my god, I'm sorry. That was so
Burn
funny.
the land and boil the oceans.
Make them suffer.
Travel the stars and kill every human that lives on every world.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Make sure the one Kirk dies the slowest.
Good grief.
He tried to stick his dick in our blowholes.
All right, everyone take a shot. Father, he said a colorful metaphor.
Oh, you're not.
I'll color your metaphor.
You will.
See if you can hold your breath as long as Shatner.
All right, everyone hold your breath. I already couldn't hold it. I couldn't do. I'm the weakest link. Who's still holding their breath? Is everyone still actually holding his breath?
I'm out.
Oh, Marcelo's out. Okay.
Oh,
Who else? Oh, Father's still actually holding his breath. Oh, look at this scene. You can breathe once he gets above water. And Al, are you holding your breath too? Wow, dang.
I got some
Ruben,
good
Al,
lungs.
and Fathery have insane breath holding abilities.
Yeah,
I like that Al's like holding his nose, like actually. It's like,
I'm out.
all right, it's just Fathery and Al. Who's
Holding
gonna
in my
win?
breath and smoke.
Fathery, don't turn blue, bro. Here he comes. You're almost free, guys. You're almost free. Yeah. I can guarantee that that's a first for.
That was hard. I did it though.
Yo, Arthur,
That wasn't-
welcome. Star Trek
wasn't
2 was
easy.
Star Trek 2 was Robert
Props
Taylor and
to
Nick
Kirk.
Meyer. 3 was Nimoy.
Props to Admiral Kirk.
Yeah, good job, guys. 4 was Nimoy and Meyer. 5 Bennett was on his own with Shatner. 6 Nimoy and Meyer again. Arthur, nice to see you. By the way, we're at timestamp 1 hour, 43 minutes, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38 seconds in case you want to sync up on Star Trek 4. It's nice to have you in the chat. Oh my god, you guys, I'm having the best time watching Star Trek with you all. Seriously. It's so good. I love that this like shot of the silhouettes with the background and all this.
Yeah.
What is the
Aesthetics.
shot you're drinking? Sohel.
I'm having sake shots. I'm just drinking sake like as if it's shots. I don't have I didn't want to
Yeah.
do like whiskey, I'd pass out or something.
I love the way like the wheels like turned like.
And then the probe does the matching.
Yeah, like they all
turn.
go into like the
Yes.
vertical alignment.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
good.
Man, I went whale watching in Mexico, and a fucking whale came right up next to the boat. Shit was terrifying.
Really?
I mean, it was beautiful, but it was
What
fucking
kind of-
terrifying.
What kind of
Yeah.
whale
And it
was
could
it?
flip the boat over or what?
Yeah, because it's one of these. I forget what the name of it is. It's like a small boat. It holds about 20 people. And the whale came like breached. Well, first it breached right in front, and like
Oh wow.
went. And then another time
a
it came out the
humpback.
side.
It was a humpback?
Yeah, I believe that's what they have in Mexico. Yeah,
Wow.
it's pretty cool.
Just say Arthur. You've got the best name ever in the chat. Arthur Lamoureux.
Lamoureux.
Again, aluminum. So let's
The whales are like, I mean, there's only 2 of us, so there's only so much we can do for the species. Mathematically speaking, we're still not gonna survive. Oh well.
Well, I was just coming by to say hi. I really didn't know that y'all were like extinct and shit. So was kind of
Could you
troubling to
imagine
learn.
the Phantom Menace if this movie came out now? Be like,
Oh yeah.
I want to fucking save the whales.
Well, as I said to you during the week, Ruben, that the Phantom Menace don't really go after certain things because it's not sexy.
Right.
Gotcha. Oh, there it goes. It's done. It's like, I'm happy now.
It's like, I'm gonna take my volleyball and go home.
My destruction ball. My balls.
My volley brain.
My bally brain of destruction.
I like how it sings when it's leaving.
I love that with the light on the side. So
Yeah,
pretty.
it's really cool.
Do you know what? It's kind of weird for an 80s film that this film doesn't have like a signature song. Do you know what I mean? Because it was Top Gun and all that, and it was.
No, it does. It has a signature song on the soundtrack. It's the whale. It's like ba-na-na-na. It's
not
like
enough that anyone knows it. Though, do you know what I mean? Like Rihanna done. Was it Rihanna done Beyond?
Yeah, Rihanna and Star Trek
yeah,
Beyond.
yeah.
But yeah, there's never been like a Star Trek song.
I don't think we get that like in general until Beauty and the Beast. I feel like Beauty and the Beast was the first movie that had like a pop song that accompanied
Oh come
it.
on, you've never seen Top Gun then?
Wait, you're talking about Take My Breath Away.
Yeah,
Look at that
all the
space
80
song.
all
Oh,
the
the
80s.
whole soundtrack of Top Gun.
Yeah, Danger
Riding
Zone.
through the
Danger Zone.
Arthur wants to know, do we all know how the sound of the probe was created? I'm not sure.
No,
I
I
think
have
it's
no
like
idea.
whale.
I said
Yeah.
it earlier.
Oh, you did
I
say it earlier?
I went
It
back
was,
in time to 1986 to create that song.
Whale sex
Did you
recorded
hear
underwater.
Look at how happy they are. The actors splashing around here. I can't watch this and like not smile. Like it makes
I
me
know,
like
it's so
wanna,
good.
it makes me want to cry. Like, and as a kid, I used to think it was weird that like Spock was smiling here, but now I watch it, I'm like, oh yeah, like this is just saying like that Spock reset. You know,
He's new Spock, yeah.
that we talked about. Like yeah, like he like reset to like cold logical Spock, and like it undid like some of the growth that he had from like Star Trek the Motion Picture and Star Trek 3 and everything. Is like he's gone back to
He
the,
got it all back.
yeah.
This was his movie to heal and to like figure himself out. It was great.
This was his movie to get his shit back together after being resurrected. And
Super
like, yeah,
true.
it's great. Like, they take the time to, like, give Spock that recovery period, you know? What's that Andorian and that Cation talking
Hey, it's
about?
not one of those the cat
Hey,
doctor from
look at that
Lower
cat
Decks?
doctor.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
What's it? Yeah.
It was a Cation and an Andorian.
Look at that. I made a reference to modern Star Trek.
Wow.
How about that?
Arthur, tell us about the sound. By the way, this is the most beautiful scene in all of Star Trek. One of the most beautiful scenes. Look at them all
Yeah.
lined up, fucking up,
And their
taking-
monster maroons.
And they're maroons. It's so
Yeah,
good.
they look
Look at
good.
these dudes. They look so fucking good.
They never look
Those
this good
red-
again. In the next movie, they look too old.
Stop.
But the red dress uniforms are the best uniforms that Star Trek.
Yeah,
in my
these are the
opinion, that
best.
Star Trek has ever done.
And they're not dress uniforms. This is standard uniform. I don't even know what
Yeah,
a
but you
dress
know what I mean.
uniform
It's
would look
more
like. Yeah.
dressy than.
Yeah, it is more dressy. It's true.
So I was disappointed when they showed like the dress uniforms in Next Generation. It was just like a slightly larger one that's fastened from the side rather than that.
I like Scotty's side eye there. Like it's great. He's like the
I think
sabotage.
Scotty showed up a little drunk. and he's
Scotty's
like,
little shoulder
Yeah,
thing is
that was a
orange.
mistake.
Bones
This is
like
beautiful.
aqua.
Like if there was
Spock's
if
is
this
white.
was if this was the last Star Trek movie, look at this gorgeous shot of all of them like panning across. And
This
then,
would have been a
like-
good one to end on. I mean, I love Star Trek 6. I'm glad Star Trek 6 was their finale, but this would have been a very satisfying ending, I think, also.
Arthur says the sound guys could not come up with something that pleased Leonard Nimoy. He was asked what he wanted. Nimoy made a sound. They recorded him and electronically altered it. No way! I didn't know that. Did you guys know that?
Cool. I didn't know that.
That's cool. That's really rad.
That's actually not true. That's been debunked.
Sorry, Arthur.
I just made that up.
Oh,
I'm just
sorry.
giving you a hard time.
Freaking father. I believe
I
you.
still stand by my theory.
Although one thing I have to say watching this is I've spoken about it with my girlfriend before is if I ever had to time travel and I got stuck back in the 80s, it would be a sexless time because look at all that hair, man. That's it's not attractive to
What
me.
hair? What hair? What hair are you talking
Well,
about?
the women's hair, look, the perms and the big.
No,
Oh, you don't like the
we
big
love
curly
that
hair?
shit.
Yeah, no, that was
No.
That was a good look.
No, thank you. No curly hair from me. No, thank you.
Thank
Oh my
you,
gosh,
Marcelo.
PE, welcome. We're watching
Hey,
Star Trek, but
Ian.
we're at the end. We're watching Star Trek 4. We're
There's
at 1
no
minute,
like
1 hour,
temporal
50
directive
minutes.
going on here, huh?
Oh my God,
They
there's
brought
a-
back whales. They brought back
Mandalorian.
Gillian Anderson or the Doctor.
Yeah, see, there's a Tellarite. We got to see a Tellarite right there.
Yep.
And then Deltons,
Delton.
like Ilea,
Mm-hmm.
Endorians, Cations.
Look at that
using
moment.
the universe, as Larry would say if he was here.
Using the universe, yes.
Hashtag texture, not trivia.
Texture,
the
not
best emotion
trivia.
ever.
You guys, why am I on such a high right now? I'm like so
Because
happy.
you're high.
I don't know. Maybe you know what? You know what? Maybe it's because you're high, and maybe it's because we're here too.
It's
I'm
the
not
magic of one of the most magical Star Trek movies ever made.
It is one of the most magical Star Trek. Well said, Ruben. Well said.
I really like the badge too on the uniform.
Arthur wants us to keep going. He wants us to do 5 and 6 after
I'm
the...
up for it, man. I'll do 5 on my own.
No, you know what? I'll do 5 with you, and then we'll do 6.
We should do 5. I love 5. I think it would be a good This group right here should gather for 5. I agree.
I don't know if I want to drink that much tonight.
No, not tonight. I'm just saying
What the
we
fuck
should
you
gather again for 5. I agree about it.
Yeah. Just
I'm going to be
FYI.
bitter if you don't do Star Trek 3.
We will do Star Trek. 3.
First,
Father, I kind of want you.
You don't watch Birds of Prey, and now
yeah.
you're not gonna do a watch along of Star Trek 3.
Father,
This is a beautiful shot, by the way, of Mark
is
Leonard and Leonard
perfectly
Nimoy, and,
framed.
you see their profiles and how much they look like father and son.
Mm-hmm.
This has always stood out to me as like one of the most beautiful images in
With
all of
those
Star
like
Trek.
soldier guard guys in the back.
Yeah,
The
and
funky
perfectly
armor.
framed, just framed
Yeah.
perfectly, like gorgeous.
Well, I'm going to be selfish for a second and say thank you to PE for the support that you've been giving me personally. I don't care about the rest of you. I don't care about the rest of you. It's fine.
Thank you.
The
PE,
Parenthesis I is great. I'll
Yeah.
say thank you to him for giving me
I'm gonna go and take back all my likes on your video.
PE, can I also say thank
Giving
you
me
to, I hope
secretly
that-
more
Thank you,
support than he gives Geek and Review. I'm just kidding. I'm just making that up.
PE says, so I will watch you watching Star Trek 4 very meta. And then,
Well, you don't know it, Parenthesis I, but I'm actually watching you watch us watch Star Trek 4.
Oh, I love this. Oh God, I love this movie so much. This movie's
And then
so
I
good.
love. Oh, look at this! Look like Nimoy and Shatner. How like they walk out of here. Like
I
yeah,
know.
we're a couple of bosses that get shit done. Look at this.
We do,
Look at these
we
two
get shit
badasses. Look at them. Oh fuck! I love it.
Click,
They
click,
should have
click.
put like some fucking music, like Bee Gees or some shit. You can stand.
And now,
by the way,
now we get
Apple.
like the beautiful Enterprise A bridge that we only see
God
one
damn
time
it,
before
I
they
like
can do
the
it. But...
bridge.
And
What the
space
fuck?
stuff.
Oh, and listen,
Wait,
they
wait.
listen. They were doing like the original series theme music. The
We'll get
That's a good
afraid of
song.
it.
Get a freighter.
Marcelo, what were you saying? Sorry.
No, but I'm really disappointed that they didn't like use this bridge that we see here at the end of the movie at the start of Star Trek 5, but we already addressed that.
Yeah.
I love
think
this
the
military
sixth
the
bridge
science.
looks better.
I like that they thought they were gonna get Excelsior for a second. Which
I
is
like that
funny.
Sulu is excited about that, and then we actually see Sulu get to be captain of it in Star Trek
It's
6.
true. I know.
Yo, look at this.
There she is.
Yeah.
Oh my God! My glorious, beautiful Enterprise. We're back. Thank you.
That's
Sorry.
a fucking sexy ship.
Do you think that was just a ship that rolled off the line and they put the name on it, or was that?
No, it's
It-
the
well,
Yorktown. Yeah, it was the
It's
Yorktown.
considered to be
originally.
the
Yorktown.
Yorktown has been refitted.
Yeah.
But a lot of people
Looks like-
also say all the constitutions except for the Enterprise were destroyed, and then the
Oh.
so you can't have both of those. It's gotta be one or
Look
the
how
other. but-
sexy that fucking bridge
It's not as
is.
cool as the Star
Damn
Trek
it.
6 bridge. Star Trek bridge.
No, Star
6
Trek
bridge is
Star
the
Trek
best.
6 is the best, but
Yeah, it's
that
true.
but that one is good too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
By the way, Star Trek 6 is my favorite Star Trek movie.
Arthur,
I like
you'll
that
put
shot of
comments.
Shatner at the end there.
What did you say
Shout
about
out
Star Trek 6, Marcelo?
Star Trek 6 is my favorite Star Trek movie.
It is such a good bridge too, though.
I'll be back in a moment.
All right.
Shout out to Arthur in the comments, yeah, who's mentioned that I had the script.
I had
for
the
Star Trek
script for
3.
Star Trek 3 before the movie was released. went to a convention in Boston that Mark Leonard and Walter Koenig were at and had them sit. That's so cool, Arthur. Whoa.
That's a cool
La-
story, man. Yeah.
La la la. La 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 la. La 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 la. I love this soundtrack so much. You guys, this was so much fun. We had a Starfleet Boy After Dark
Yeah, man.
watch along party. How great was that? Ruben's first. And Al, was this your first watch along? No, because we've done
we done Scream.
No,
we done
But not
Scream,
on your
yeah,
channel, yeah.
No,
My channel.
Yeah.
I've done a lot. I've done a lot of watch alongs. So
I
Watch
watched
along is
I
fun.
watched along with you in chat when you did one of the Batman movies with EGT.
EGT. Earl Grey Trekkie, shout out. What?
Shout out to EGT.
EGT. What?
Yeah, son.
You.
But you know, but you know, I was talking to one of my friends the other day, and I was like, you know, it would be really interesting to watch a Star Trek movie with all my Star Trek friend nerds, and like it's funny, like a couple days go by, and now I have done this, so it was a lot of fun.
I really appreciate you guys doing this. It's a joy to do it on the 35th anniversary of Star Trek 4. I can't believe this freaking movie is 35 years old. That means I'm old because I'm 43.
Well, I went to see The Final Frontier in the cinema, and I know how old I was then, but I never. This was before I could go to the cinema.
Wait, you saw Star Trek 5 in the cinema? Nice.
Yep.
That was a big year too. Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade came out that year, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Honestly, I just remember going
what
into
year
the
was
cinema
it?
to watch it.
No.
What was it, 88, 87, something like
Yeah,
that?
no. Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade did come out in '88 because it came out the year I was born. So
We still have 7 people watching. I can't. There's only 5 of us, so that means there's at least 2 people that are legitimately watching.
this music is so good.
It's so good.
Oh,
We have
I
8
love
people
it.
watching right now. It's
I
crazy.
love it. So good.
All right, you guys make it show for a bit. I gotta go to the bathroom. I broke the seal earlier, so I'll be right back. And I'll who's in command? Let's see. Al's hardly here, so Al, you're in command.
Cool. So, have you seen this? Did you guys speak about Discovery this week, or I don't know because I
No.
missed the start of the stream.
Well, no,
I definitely did not.
yes, you did.
Ruben, I was just being polite. I was going to message you privately on Twitter and
Yeah,
go,
bullshit.
"Fuck these guys."
I was actually on.
Nabisco.
I was actually on the. I was on a chat with Starfleet Bro on his main channel about the last episode. I really loved the last episode because I've been watching this current season with a good friend of mine, and that is like enhancing my experience with the season so far. I'm really enjoying. Where
Is the good friend of yours husband anyone famous, Marcelo?
No,
You might
no,
know
no,
what
no,
I mean
no.
by that. Okay.
no,
Okay.
no, it's not her. But if it was her, I would have told you.
No, that's why I was asking because I know you don't really talk about it. But yeah, okay, whatever.
Yeah, if it was her, I would have told you.
I liked the last episode. In
I don't
fact,
like what they're doing. I think Tilly's leaving this season.
Really?
Well, yeah, they don't know really what to do. The first 2 episodes, they don't know what to do with. They say it in the second episode.
I don't know, but I'm really enjoying the season so far. So that's my in-capsule review.
hold on. Give me a second. I'm gonna beam back up to my ship. Let me go get back
I'll
on my
go get a
bridge
refill, I'll be
of the Starship Texas. Okay, I'm back now.
Starship Texas. But yeah, we should totally do a Calvin movie rewatch.
I think we should do them all and just do
Like
maybe pre-record them and do it over 6.
Well, we did Star Trek 2, and my favorite movie is Star Trek 3, and then Sohel was like, well, fuck you, father. We're going to skip Star Trek 3 and do Star Trek 4.
We'll do
Yeah.
a 6-hour review of Star Trek 3. How does that sound, Father?
He's very, like, unreasonable. You know, like, I try to tell him, like, hey, it would mean a lot to me.
You're unreasonable.
It would mean a lot to me if we could talk about, like, Star Trek 3. That film's very important to me.
I love Star
It has
Trek.
like a big impact on my life.
Star
And
Trek 2 is probably the one that I rewatched the
he
most.
told me, he said that he would delete his channel and erase himself from YouTube before he would ever allow me to participate in a watch along of Star Trek 3, and that I could go fuck myself and die in a fire and eat shit
Oh,
and
fuck
die.
it. Come over to me. It's fine. Don't worry
And
about
I
it.
said,
Join me.
I said, so hell, that seems like an overreaction.
All right, we'll do
And then he punched me in the face and like stabbed me in the stomach like 40 times. I'm fat enough that I survived, didn't hit any fatal organs or anything. And then he said that to shut the fuck up and never bring it up again, or he would not only murder me but also everyone I've ever cared about in my life.
Well, it's good that he's aware that we can talk about this freely.
Yes,
that
I can't even-
the abuse that we all and the threats that we all suffer.
just the abuse that guy brings on me. It's crazy, man.
No,
It's a miracle
one,
that I'm still here.
one thing that I want to bring up that I couldn't work out what was bothering me about this picture is I think you posted it on your own Twitter and the Starfleet boy reposted it, Valerie, is you holding the bat left. And I couldn't work out what was wrong with that picture other than the fact that it was the first time I'd seen you below like that. I'd never seen you stand up before.
Yeah, I actually don't stand up very often. I try to stay in chairs.
We all see each other in the same position, so you've got no idea about how tall someone is or whatever. It just occurred to me when I seen that picture. I was like, oh yeah, I've got no idea what that guy looks like below there.
I was about to make a joke about like I see y'all's moms in the same position too, but I stopped myself.
Yeah, that would be a little bit much.
Yeah. Well.
Oh, so Pete's got a good question. Yeah, why is Star Trek 3 so important to you, Valerie?
I mean, I kind of exaggerated it as like a movie that it changes my life, but I am very serious. It is my favorite Star Trek movie. I didn't really figure that out until recently, until like within the last few years, but it is without a doubt my absolute favorite. I do love 2, 3, 4, and 6 all close to the same amount, but 3 just a little bit more. Part of that is that like I think objectively Star Trek 2 is probably a better movie. That's like a flawless movie. It's pretty much perfection. But Star Trek 3 has so much of the things that I really like about the Star Trek universe. Like, we get to see more ships, there's more aliens. Star Trek 2, it's all, like, pretty much, like, very human, and it's all, like, super military, and it's all very kind of, like, submarine battle, very kind of the balance of terror type vibes. Star Trek 3 really fleshes out the universe. We get to see more of Earth, we get to see more of Starfleet. The Klingons play a big role. Vulcans play a big role. The Genesis planet is more of like this weird sci-fi concept. It's a very bold move in that, Star Trek 2 is so bold they killed Spock, the biggest Star Trek character ever up to that point. Star Trek 3 like goes one step further. Like, okay, we're gonna bring Spock back, but guess what? We're gonna destroy the fucking Enterprise.
Well, yeah, that's what I was going to say to you. Is they kill a popular character, then bring them back, then kill a popular character, which is a ship. And I remember watching Star Trek 3 and like my heart being broken when the Enterprise cracked like a fucking egg or like a fucking pancake or whatever.
But I think part of why it works is that it sells you on the emotion of that, where you get to see like their reaction to it, and Kirk being like, "Oh my God, what have I done?" And McCoy, and then I'm like McCoy being like so McCoy, yes, like McCoy from like the best parts of McCoy from the original series, where he's like, "No, Jim, like you did what you had to do. Like we were screwed. Like your son had been killed, Spock had been killed. Like we should have lost today. We shouldn't be standing here having this conversation, but you turned death into a fighting chance to live."
Yeah, you turned 4 Klingons on a planet into 4 humans on a planet, versus all this armory on the ship or whatever. But yeah, the bit where the ship breaks up in the atmosphere broke my heart when I was about 8 or 9 years old.
Yeah, I just like randomly watched Star Trek 2 the other day. Yeah, no, Star Trek 2
Okay,
is
so
really great.
here's an interesting one then. So out of Search for Spock and Generations, the Star Trek or the Starship destructions, which would you say had the most impact for you?
Star Trek 3.
Yeah,
It's funny because one of those is my favorite Star Trek movie, and one of those is my least favorite Star Trek movie.
That's why I asked that question.
For me, but for me, I'm a huge fan of Generations, and as most of you know, my favorite era is the TNG era. So the destruction of the Enterprise in Generations hurts me just a little bit more. I mean,
yeah,
the destruction of the Enterprise in Star Trek 3 is emotional, but the destruction of the Enterprise in Generations kills me every time.
Let me explain why I think the Star Trek 3 one is better, because that's actually a crucial plot point in that movie's story. And the Star Trek Generations one, it's not that big of it's like, oh, some Klingons got a lucky shot, guess our ship's gonna die. And it's like, oh yeah, we can just have like a new ship in the next movie. And it seems much less meaningful. Whereas the Star Trek 3 Death of the Enterprise was like part of the it was crucial in their efforts to get Spock back.
It was
And
the
yeah,
end
like
of an era.
yeah, and like the Star Trek Generations one, like
Well,
I
it's
think
life or death too. If they get captured by Klingons, they're done.
They were gonna die.
I think
Yeah,
the
it's
spectacle
physical
of
object versus the life.
I think the spectacle of the saucer crashing on the planet, parts of that are like really impressive. Other parts of it looked a little too miniature-y to me, and I would actually say like I'm a little even back in '94, I was kind of disappointed in some of those special effects. It just felt like it was very much trying too hard.
But yeah, Star
but-
Trek 3 for me feels like a death in the family when the Enterprise
Yeah.
comes to an end.
And it doesn't.
you're kinda
They don't
like,
like undercut it at
fuck
the
are
end
they
of the
gonna do
movie
next? Yeah.
with like you're not like you don't have like Kirk being like, oh well, I doubt it's the last one. That they're like at the end of Generations, they're like, well, I guess this will be last. It's like, oh yeah, like there's zero consequence. We'll just get a new ship in the next movie. Just roll it out of like the Starship dealership. Just drive it off the parking lot and
And
get like this
if
brand
you
new
look-
Enterprise E.
If you're looking for it in terms of canon, then they're getting rid of the 20 whatever year staple that ship has been there, and then the history. If you're going to deeper canon, the history about Robert April and all that stuff. So
Yeah,
yeah,
and that's
it cuts
part.
deep.
Like even now, like I really like Anson Mount's Pike, and I'm thinking I'm gonna like Strange New Worlds a lot.
I think a lot of people are.
Yeah, and I'm a big fan of the original series, and so like when I watch Star Trek 3, in the future, I'm gonna be thinking like, oh yeah, all that stuff. This is where like all those episodes took place.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
is
you're
that
absolutely
shit.
right.
That, I
Yeah.
mean, and like that's the real Enterprise. I mean, like I know there's a lot of Enterprises in Star Trek, but like the true Enterprise, it's the one that blows up in Star Trek 3.
Yeah,
Like every
I'm-
other
I'm
Enterprise
absolutely
is
on
kind of a pretender Enterprise. That's the real deal.
So no, okay. As I'm in charge, evidently. What else have we been watching this week that's not Discovery or Hawkeye? So, Ribbon, what have you been watching, man?
I watched
Sorry,
the
Marcelo,
first two
you want-
episodes of Wheel of Time. I like the second episode more than the first. So
Yeah,
I'm
the
looking
show
forward
that I
to the third.
suggested in a group chat, then never watched.
What did you suggest?
I suggested Wheel of Time in the original After Dark group chat, and then never watched it because my girlfriend watched it and went, "It's amazing." And I was like, "Okay."
Yeah, I didn't like the first. The first episode was rough. Second episode was a little bit better. Reminded me a lot of Dungeons and Dragons. So I was like, I can dig it. It's kind of like a party coming together. But what I did watch this week, I finished Arcane on Netflix.
I need to watch that, man. Do you know what I
It's-
finished
man.
watching this week? Because you recommended it was that Dan Brown, The Lost Symbol.
Oh, how do you like it?
Fucking terrible, Ruben. It's fucking terrible. I know
Well,
you
I'm not a huge
trash,
fan of the Dan
but
Brown stuff.
that
It's
is-
kind of
that is
cheesy.
high trash, man.
I like it more than the Dan Brown movies. That was my
Yeah.
basically.
The guy that
And I
plays
actually haven't
Landon
finished the season.
is good. Yeah. I think I'm on like episode 8 or 9 out of 10 or 12. But yeah, I was kept watching it, going, "Oh yeah, okay."
I'm on
I'll get it,
episode
but-
7. I haven't even finished, kept up with it. But
What about you,
Arcane is
Marcelo,
amazing.
Matt? I'm going to switch now. What about you, Marcelo? What are you watching?
I actually started a rewatch of Outlander season 5. So
Oh, okay.
I'm a huge Outlander fan. Like everybody loves Game of Thrones, but Outlander to me is my Game of Thrones because I love what Ronald D. Moore, how he developed that series.
Mhm.
And just a couple days ago, they greenlit season 6 to start in March of next year. And as a cool Christmas present, my grandfather got me like a yearly subscription to the Stars app so I can watch the new season actually when it comes out, because I normally have to wait a year to buy it on Blu-ray.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So, but
'Cause it's on Amazon here in the UK. But
yeah,
they sold the it's sort of like whatever you would call a backlot, or the studio where Outlander's filmed. They actually sold that this week to some big Hollywood movie studio.
Really?
Yeah, it wasn't. No shit. I'm telling a lie. It wasn't a Hollywood movie studio. It's one of these like conglomerates of different companies that
conglomerates?
buy
Okay.
things. Yeah.
Yeah, because Outlander is a Tall Ships production, and Tall Ship is Ronald D. Moore's company, but it's also produced in association with Sony Television.
Yeah, I knew that Ronald D. Moore and stuff because I've seen pictures of him about Scotland. I don't know how involved he is at the moment, but yeah, the studio where they film Outlander is only about 10 or 15 miles away from myself.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. The last season of Outlander, where he was a day-to-day contributor and the showrunner, was season 3. After that, he had to he started working on other stuff, so he actually promoted from within.
Because he's doing For All Mankind and all that stuff now.
Yeah. Oh yes, that's right. He had to do it for my aunt. Thank you.
Arthur says, if Strange New Worlds isn't absolutely awesome, I'm going to be severely depressed for. I think it's gonna be absolutely awesome.
No, it's gonna be awesome. It's not gonna disappoint us. It better not.
Well, that's a high expectation to have for any show, but I certainly hope that it is absolutely awesome.
I think it's gonna be. PE says, "Holy shiitake mushrooms! I didn't realize that the new Hawkeye."
He didn't
show
say
came
that. He
out."
said, "Holy shit."
Don't censor people, Sohel.
How dare you? How dare you do censor people?
It wasn't like a censor attempt. It was just how I say shit. I say shiitake mushrooms. I also say Felder carb for shit. Sorry, guys. Anyways, Felder carb. That's on Battlestar Galactica.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Is it? Oh, okay.
But PE says,
Oh my god, you watch Battlestar Galactica? What a fucking nerd.
for some reason I thought it was in December. It is December next week, PE. So yeah, it is in December. We've we have a lot of viewers. I don't know why we have a lot of viewers. It's awesome. Thank you.
I don't know why
either.
either.
It's crazy.
I wouldn't
Arthur's-
watch the shit.
Does any of you watch Cowboy Bebop? Have any of you guys watched it? I watched the first
I
episode,
watched the first episode.
and that's it.
I have not.
Yeah.
I have not watched. I think.
Just,
I watched-
Just watch the
I watched
the
the
animes.
first.
The animes on Netflix. Just watch the anime.
I think.
I watched the first episode of the anime like 20 years ago and didn't want to watch anymore.
I've done
'Cause
a
I
review of the
didn't.
first
I didn't like the
2 or
jazz
3
music. It's too much jazz music.
I do not like anime at all. I'm
I
sorry.
like John Cho, and I wanted to watch it for John Cho, but I was
John Cho is fucking phenomenal in it. I
He's
think
fucking phenomenal. It's true.
Get him in a Marvel film.
Yeah, what would he play? Who would he play in Marvel?
I would like him to play one of these sort of cosmic, like Star Fox or Thanos or something that we haven't seen before.
He'd be Mr. Negative in a Spider-Man movie.
I don't even know who that is.
I don't
He's a
know.
villain.
But yeah, I would just like to see him being like, I always see him as the what's the guy's name? The Collector, the Benicio del Toro. I think John Cho
Oh,
can do
yeah,
it
the
over the
Collector.
top very, very well.
I'm not a fan of the anime, but I just see no point. If you have access to both, why watch the?
You're saying
kind
like they
of
shouldn't have
copy
made a
of the
live
copy.
action version? How many are all the episodes released at once on Netflix?
Yes,
'Cause-
it's Netflix,
Oh, then
yeah.
I'll try to watch it. I'll try to watch it then.
It's fun, but it's not amazing.
I think my problem too is I started watching Arcane and that at the same time, and it was just like
Yeah, that could be
night
very,
and day
yeah.
difference in writing and art style and every way. Although I'll give Cowboy Bebop, it looks pretty, looks very nice.
Arthur's saying that it's pretty true to the anime.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
I
cool.
mean, I've heard that. I know a lot of people that are fans of the anime, and half of them love the show, and then half of them hate it. So,
Yeah, it
I
seems
don't-
like it's the whole He-Man thing from what I know. He-Man just came out again this week, but it seems like the
Yeah.
He-Man
I
thing.
still
from
need to
6
watch
months ago
more.
that
I've
you
only
like.
seen
I
like
haven't
that
watched
first.
it yet.
I've only seen the first episode of that first batch. But
I have no interest in the second half of the He-Man thing.
Yeah,
Really?
I don't care.
No.
I don't care.
I didn't.
Really? Oh wow.
First half didn't do anything for me.
Blue was just asking, are you guys going to do watch-alongs of He-Man? We did watch-alongs of
No.
He-Man for the first half, I think we are going to do watch-alongs for He-Man. Stay tuned, Blue. There will be watch-alongs for it on.
There will not be.
Actually, you know what? Actually, we'll do a watch. We'll do a watch along for He-Man, the second part, after you do a watch along for Star Trek 3.
All right,
wanna
we're
renegotiate
getting
my
okay. We have
contract
so
for
many
that.
watch-alongs. Is Starfleet Boy After Dark just going to become watch-alongs?
And then when are we gonna do the watch along of me watching Discovery for the first time?
Oh, we gotta do that. We gotta do that. We gotta do that.
I can't do it. It's gonna be like it's like.
What if we
Picard
do that,
all
but
over.
I'm on mute the whole time, but you just see me going like,
P-
That would be great.
I could mute you if I wanted to.
Yeah, good.
P says I'd be into Cowboy Bebop if the show was really about the Bebop character from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh yeah, like
Well, is
that
Bebop
what
and
it's based on?
Rocksteady. Yeah, I would.
well, it is a weird neo-western sci-fi show.
Bebop and Rocksteady. They're a warthog and
Yeah, and a
rhino
Rhino, that's right.
mutants. They serve Shredder.
They do.
They're kind of
Doesn't.
they're kind of dumb though, but they're kind of cool. I like them. Yeah, I'd like them more than Cowboy Bebop if I if I had to pick. I guess.
To ask the audience, because I've never seen Arthur's name in the chat before, whereabouts are you from, Arthur?
Audience, chime in. Let us know where you guys are
Camelot.
all.
And
Most likely.
PE, because I know PE, I think, is in the UK.
PE's
whereabouts
in
the UK are you?
Chicago, if I'm not mistaken.
Shit, I
Arthur's
got
the
that
king
one
of
wrong.
Camelot.
I feel like PE's in Chicago, but I might be wrong about that. No, I know who's in Chicago. Never mind.
You're thinking of Daniel Co.
I am thinking of Daniel Co. It's true. Let us know where you guys are tuning in from, audience.
It was
I don't want
I-
to. I don't want to disclose anyone's location
Yeah, it's true.
dox yourself, audience.
without their permission.
That's why I'm asking. Just, yeah. Rhode
Rhode
Island. Okay,
Island.
cool.
Oh, I like Rhode Island. My friend owns a bed and breakfast up there.
Let's see.
Have you
here.
guys
Oh, do
spoken
we
about
have some-
Ghostbusters Afterlife at all?
I
ain't seen it yet.
I haven't seen it either, and I want to
I've
see
seen
it.
I want
Ruben
to see
didn't
it.
like it. I know that much. I live in Minneapolis. I love Minneapolis.
Ghostbusters member
I love
berries.
Minneapolis. It's such a great
That's
city.
my name for it.
I knew that PE, by the way. I forgot it that you were in Minneapolis. Wait, what did you say, Ruben?
I call it Ghostbusters member berries.
And I need to see it because I think I saw a spoiler for it on Facebook, and I was mad. It kind of ruined my whole day today, to be honest.
I hung
It's
out at
okay, it's not
Ricky
great.
in Providence, which is cool. And Blues in Iceland, I knew that.
If you don't think about it too much, it's fine.
The,
Okay.
the little girl is phenomenal, though. Considering she's
Yeah.
whatever 11 or 12, she carries the film.
Huh.
Do you guys think I look better shaved or not shaved?
Which part
Not
of your body?
sure.
Like my face, bro.
They show
Okay,
me
just
that-
check.
Oh, I thought you were talking about. I'm smooth as balls down there. Smooth as egg. Sorry. Damn it.
Android.
balls on
Android.
balls.
Wait, why are you
Smooth as
about
balls on
You
my
can say
eggs.
whatever you want on After Dark. It's the
No, but I
it's the
meant to say
daytime
smooth as
show.
eggs. That's the joke.
Oh,
Not
gotcha,
smooth as
gotcha.
balls.
It's smooth as an android's bottom. That's what my face is right
awful.
right now.
Ruben is just balls on balls on balls.
Yeah.
Yay.
I remember back in 1998, I thought it was like dumb as shit that Riker said smooth as an android's bottom.
Why? Why was that dumb as shit? That was great.
I hate that in this episode. The
Android's
episode
bottoms are smooth.
that episode
Why? How? Like, no, stop. Okay. First of all, why are fucking android bottoms smooth? And second of all, why would Riker know that? Why is that like a common thing people
'Cause
know?
I
Like,
think-
aren't androids rare? Ain't they
I
a
think,
rarity? And can't they come in like any size, shape, custom,
think Dr.
level of
Seuss
hairiness,
made,
whatever? Like, why would that just be like the standard common knowledge is that androids' bottoms are smooth? That was
It's
just dumb. It was just a dumb, cheap joke. It's just like, here's something we can write that's kind of stupid that'll make the audience laugh for 5 seconds, and let's not put any thought into it past that.
It's an
Right?
unknown-
And like explain to me like why I'm not what I just said. Explain to me why I just said is not correct.
I
It's
think
an-
Dr. Soon made Data's butt pimply.
What?
He's trying to make Data as human as possible, right? So
Okay, so
Data's
you
butt's all
sag on one
pimply.
side
and-
or whatever.
Listen,
Yeah.
I've seen a
stretch
lot of.
marks.
I'm the only one in this. I'm only the only one in this panel, I feel like I can safely say this that I've seen a lot of butts, more butts,
Data has one
For
nut that
start
hangs
of
a
all,
little
that's very
lower.
heterophobic.
more male butts. Anyway,
I've seen a shitload of butts.
There's actually two ways to turn Data off, and if you even out his nuts, it turns them off. So one
Velma
hangs
turns
low.
them on.
Yeah, you put it up and go.
All right, smooth as an android's bottom because Data's bottom is I don't know. Father, you're right. I can't come up with a fake answer tonight. I'm too drunk. I've had a lot of shots.
Well, don't be
tonight.
fake. Just be genuine. Whatever I say from the heart.
All right.
yo.
Well, I'm gonna say this.
the heart,
I
yo.
feel like Data's bottom would be smooth because Data in that era was a total twink, and twinks are.
So soft. It's so soft leather.
He was like
seats on the
40 years
Enterprise.
old in that movie.
No, I'm talking about in the show on TNG. He was like 30. He's like 20 or 30.
Yeah, I'm talking about the movie from 1998 called Star Trek Insurrection.
All right, fine. Well, in that case, no, he should have had a hairy bottom. It's true.
I'm not saying that he should. I'm saying maybe he should, maybe he shouldn't. But I'm saying it shouldn't be like the universal standard that androids have smooth bottoms. And that's just like common knowledge. Like that's
Father,
just
we were
weird
talking
and
about
dumb.
me, shaved
Pimply
or not
bottoms all the
shaved.
way.
How do I look better, shaved or not shaved?
You need a beard.
You need
I
a
need a
beard.
beard, but I do it. Is it because I look disturbingly young when I don't shave?
No,
Yeah.
no, you need a beard.
Yeah. No, for me, yeah.
You
Yeah,
look
you're saying you need to
disturbingly.
get
You
married
look
to a girl.
disturbingly old.
You look a little bit. You look a
I'm
little.
saying you need a beard that you need to
Like-
marry a girl.
When you first,
We need-
when
we
like
need
we
the
first
gray
started
one,
the
right?
stream, when we first started the stream, I was like, oh, like Sohel's dad must be wearing like one of his wigs and got on the stream.
Yeah, you need a beard because without your beard, your face looks a little puffy. You need a beard.
Wow.
No, yeah, I'm just giving you shit. Yeah, you do look much younger. You look much younger.
Some
Thank
nasty
you.
Clean
mofos
shaven.
in here.
I do look clean shaven younger. My big memory of Rhode Island was that I was in Rhode Island when first watched the movie Fight Club, which is one of my all-time. It's a good movie, Fight Club. Actually, it's a good
That's
movie.
amazing, yeah.
Yeah. I wish that in real life all the credit card companies would lose their data. It would be amazing. It would be amazing. No one wants a hairy butt unless you're into that. I'm into it. I like
Unless you
hairy
can't
butt.
help it. Oh.
I have
I don't
my
know.
I'm Scottish.
Yeah, I can't help it either, but also I'm into it.
I have my butt hairs braided into cornrows.
I'm no
So
longer
when you
into
take
hairy butts.
when you go number 2, it's like sort of like
Yeah,
look Play-Doh.
I'm no longer into hairy butts because of what Ruben just said. I'm
no longer.
sidetracked.
You never look at a hairy butt the same way
That's
again.
it. I'm going home. Good night.
Bye.
Don't leave us. Don't leave us. Don't leave us. Marcelo just like froze on this motion, which was kind of cool. I like that. Let's see. I think that phrase says more about what Riker thinks regarding androids, particularly body parts. True.
Oh, man.
Remove a watt and unwanted hair too. I don't know about the what.
What?
Maybe Dr. Soong himself had a particular standard that he always held to regard androids' bottoms. It's true. Good. These are all good tricks. Yo,
no,
PJ.
yeah, I agree with that.
Oh,
I
wow.
walked in at the
You
right
did,
time.
the
You
perfect
did.
time.
It's true, PJ. You
wow,
you
look at
walked
that.
in at the right time. Nice to see
You walked in the bottom half.
Nice thing, man.
the bottom half of this episode.
I hope he walked in like I was in the middle of yelling at you. 'Cause That's when I feel like I'm in my element.
No,
Y'all,
but-
someone else say something dumb that I can yell at.
What are we gonna do at the Mission Chicago? It's gonna be amazing when we're in person. It's
Get
crazy, and
people
you're
to
We're
join.
talking.
we're gonna be in person before that though. We're gonna be in
Yeah, it's
person.
true. At Cape Canaveral, it's true for the
Cape
cruise.
Canaveral. We're gonna. I think we're probably gonna have an episode of Picard to discuss that. So
It's gonna be awesome.
and then the week after that, I think I'm gonna have to ask you if you can host an episode of Text Trek.
you got it. I'm
because
there.
I'm going to be on the cruise that following Friday after that, so I'm not going to have internet access. So you're going to have to watch the episode and discuss it.
I'll be there. I'll be there for sure. Al, what were you gonna say?
Yeah, I think because I know that you and Braxton are going to Chicago. I think you should do like a Starfleet Boy After Dark, in like the sort of hotel room, what's the one I'm looking for? I would call it a dressing gown. I don't know what you would call it.
We're gonna have
the
like
white-
we're gonna have an after.
Whoa,
for
slow down,
sure.
slow down. Let me just rewind. So, Geek in Review just asked that Sohel and Braxton wear dresses in a hotel room.
No, dressing gowns, as in they should
dressing-
have
dressing
the little
gowns.
slippers, and then just be like, sitting in their room. Like Macaulay Culkin in Home Alone 2, just enjoying the hotel room, talking about Star Trek. Do it that way, man. Like, don't put your whole outfits on or whatever.
You're
don't
talking
wear Star
about
Trek.
you're talking about seeing the two of them in robes doing the show in the hotel room.
Hey, y'all know what
why not?
Trek on the
There you
Tube
go.
said to me?
What did he say to you?
He said, "Whoa, isn't Chicago like a high crime
I
rate
know
city?"
he did say that. He said the same thing to me.
I was.
No, but honestly, that's what we get.
If you live in
outside the
Montreal,
US.
I guess, but you're
kinda-
probably not going to get shot. I mean,
Yeah.
you might, but you probably won't.
I had to assure him not
It's like
to worry.
lightning.
Yeah, I had to assure him not to worry. Also, by the way, Daniel,
I can't bring any of my guns with me. I got to fly from Austin
I'm
to
pretty
Chicago.
you can't
Chicago
do-
though is
I
one
like
of the
how
top
you've
10
clearly looked into
highest
that,
gun
Mallory.
crime rates.
Of course, he's a Texan.
I'm not
You
mistaken.
gotta look that
Yeah,
up
they
on
don't.
it.
They don't let you bring guns onto airplanes.
What was that about crime rates, Ruben?
I think Chicago is one of the top 10 highest gun crime.
Top.
It is,
10.
but there's 9 places
Chicago and
higher.
Philly.
Yeah, there's 9
Yeah.
places higher probably.
Hold on, I'm looking up
But
the latest.
to answer PE's question, I did actually look into going to Starfleet Mission Chicago, and it's $300 cheaper for me to travel on Christmas Eve than it is on the day of the Star Trek.
really?
Yeah, because don't no
Oh,
one want to
that's
fly on Christmas.
Yeah, I looked into it and I was like, okay, it's a lot cheaper, like 2 days before and 2 days after Christmas than it is whenever it's March or something like that, isn't it? March or April? Or something?
April.
Geek
Yeah.
and Marcel.
Assuming
if you guys-
my birthday while we're
I
in
know
Chicago.
we're gonna be
so
there for your birthday. It's gonna be
We'll have,
lit.
we'll have to do a fathery birthday celebration.
It's
with,
gonna be
I
awesome.
want to go for a deep pan pizza, man. Chicago deep pan. Definitely.
Yeah, I think we're gonna go to an Irish pub, because there's like a lot of fake patties in Chicago.
Big patties. We'll figure something out. Whatever we do.
That's what in Ireland they call like Americans like call themselves Irish and stuff. Like in Ireland they call them like plastic patties.
Plastic, yeah, that's something.
That's like
that
a
you get.
common saying.
Jeez. Geek.
I'm probably
in
technically
review-
a plastic patty, but I'm enough of an authentic Irishman that like I know what it is.
Sorry, I got punchy. Sorry.
Yeah, I was wondering what happened. PE says, Geek in Review, hey, you should go to Mission Chicago as well. I plan on being there. PE, I can't wait to meet you at Mission Chicago. What? It'll be fun. Geek, try to come. Marcelo, try to
Again,
come.
it's
too.
$500 cheaper for me to just move to Chicago at Christmas and stay there than it is.
Just to do it,
You
just
got to
stay
get
there,
it and
it's
try
fun.
and get it in March or whatever.
We're down.
But no,
Guys,
I would
we're-
love to go, and I did look into it, but it's not happening.
Yeah, that's actually a very convenient flight for me. Like I don't even have to leave my time zone. It's like a
Yeah.
It's like a 2.5 hour flight. Like it's really short too, so it's pretty easy for me to get to Chicago. But I don't like Chicago. I don't like the huge cities. Like all of my
look, Chicago's only number 28 now.
oh
good.
nice.
Yeah, Miami actually has a city at number 12.
What's number one
Miami
on-
Gardens
Oh, so it'll be an improvement for you.
Wait, Miami Gardens was number 1 in
is number
homicides.
12.
Oh, what's number 1 in the whole country?
Number 1 city in the whole country, St. Louis, Missouri.
I knew it. Sorry, St. Louis.
I knew it, motherfuckers.
Motherfuckers, I knew it.
Where's
Fuck you for being so nice. St. Louis.
No,
Hey,
it
where's
was-
Houston? Where's
It was
Houston on
Houston?
there?
Houston.
It's
Houston.
Houston.
See, I didn't see it by 28. Washington.
Only
Yeah.
dumb Yankees say Houston.
Houston. Well, Houston's the street in New York. That's
I'll
Yeah,
I'll
that
I'll
really
go to New
confused
York
the
and call
fuck
it
out of me.
Houston.
It's true.
Let's
I don't
see,
give a shit.
Tennessee, California.
PE says
New
another
York
nota-
sucks. I'm glad it's not Star Trek Mission New York. That'd be terrible.
Someone was saying on Twitter today, like, to put New York in Star Trek. We've never had New York in Star
Oh, well.
Trek, right?
'Cause
Beaumont,
New York,
Texas
New
is
York
the first.
sucks.
Where's Beaumont, Texas?
Why does everyone who
Where
lives
is
in New
Beaumont,
York so
Texas?
miserable? It's out east. But
Okay, that's the first Texas place I found. Oh, West Palm Beach. That's great.
Wait, West Palm Beach is violent?
Number 40.
Wow, that's weird.
Good lord. That's terrible.
P says another notable thing about Chicago is that it has legal recreational cannabis stores there as well.
uh-oh.
That is notable and cool. I love it.
That's probably why their gunshots are going down.
You know what else is notable about Chicago is you send one of ours to the hospital. We'll send one of yours to the morgue. Yes, sir.
We need to cosplay as a piece in the action.
Yeah, we
Fort
should.
Lauderdale,
That's from The
Florida.
Untouchables, by the way.
number
That's a good
64.
movie.
Great.
Is Gary Seven's office in Chicago?
No.
Where is Gary Seven's office?
In New York.
Oh, then New York's already been on Star Trek. Bullshit to that person. That means New York's already been on Star Trek. Thanks, Arthur.
Yeah, New York's been in Star Trek several times. Who said that it wasn't?
Yeah, I gotta find the tweet. I'll at you at the tweet that I saw earlier today. Where
There was
like,
a fucking city on the edge of forever's in New York.
is that New York?
Yeah, season 1 of the original series. God damn, we go back to New York has been in Star Trek since 1967. Fool.
Saving money on production has been around since the beginning of film.
Yeah, get your facts straight.
You guys were coming up.
Fucking Enterprise, Star Trek Enterprise went to New York.
Hey guys.
Next Generation went to New York in the holodeck. Fucking Dixon Hill, wasn't he in New York? He's in New York, wasn't he?
He might be
Where was
Chicago.
he?
Chicago, I think.
Where
Chicago.
was Chicago
Chicago?
ever in Star Trek?
Was Dixon Hill
No.
Chicago or New York?
It's too
Chicago.
much in the middle and no one gives a fuck.
All right, hold up. We gotta figure out where was Dixon Hill. He might have been San Francisco too. Actually,
Yeah, he was San Francisco, I think. Actually,
I'm on memory alpha right now.
the only thing in Chicago is Mission
San Francisco.
Chicago.
Okay,
Francisco.
I was okay. So San Francisco.
1941.
I corrected myself. But
Father,
let me think. What else in Next Generation might have been New York?
New York.
You guys
I
were
just
coming.
I just googled a load of Sean Connery lines in Untouchables in case you wanted to ask me to do them.
Do anyone's you want. But we're coming up on 3 hours. Do you guys have anything to promote and tell the audience about? Because we're going to end the stream soon. It was a fun stream. It was a really fun stream.
My usual. More interviews coming. I've just been lazy. So I haven't posted any. More interviews coming. Just look at our Martian on Twitter.
On Twitter.
Twitter.
Right on. Marcelo, what do you got going on?
Yeah, I'm gonna follow Ruben's lead. I got a lot of stuff going on, and if you want to see any of the stuff that I got going on, just follow me on Twitter. I'm at CreekFanatic88.
Nice. Yo, Geek, tell us what's going on the Geek in Review.
I've got
What the
nothing
fuck?
going on other
Yes,
than
you do. You have
insane
Foundation reviews. You have Star Trek.
Yeah, I'm
Discoveries,
going
like-
to do a season 1 Foundation review and a season 2.
Have they said anything about season
Edie?
2 of Foundation?
It's renewed. It's renewed.
They
Don't
have,
worry.
yeah,
It's
they have,
safe.
they have,
okay,
they have.
It's safe. It's safe.
Yeah, so we're going to get a second season, but it's because the end of season 1 was so diverse. I've taken time on it, and I'd done a video about the difference between the books and the TV show, and then after the third episode,
Have you
I
read the
gave up.
books recently?
No,
I
don't
listened
tell
to
me.
the
Don't tell me I
audiobook.
haven't watched it yet.
We're
Don't tell me how
not.
it
We're not
ends.
giving spoilers.
I
It's
like
true.
audiobooks, but it gets to a point where you have to say, like, okay, this is what they've changed, this is what they haven't, and we're going to
Yeah.
have to discuss about.
I
this
read
and
the
that.
books so long ago that I'm not going to read them again. But I'm enjoying the series immensely. Like,
Oh yeah, yeah.
yeah,
I
it's a
think
really good
Harry
series.
Seldon and psychohistory are incredibly fascinating to me.
I agree, and I know we're due for a discussion together soon, so we'll have it soon. I'm excited.
Yeah, I
about
keep
that.
asking you, man.
I'm coming. I swear. Starfleet Boys, just Father, you can tell you.
I'm not bothering. I know-
You know,
hold on.
Starfleet Boys just, you
Oh wait,
know.
I forgot one little thing.
Oh, sure.
La. On my own channel, Balloonhead Productions, in the new year, more discussions having to do with Sherlock are coming up in the new
Yes!
year. So look forward to that.
I think we should do Jekyll as well, Marcelo. I think we
Yeah,
should
no,
do
yeah,
Jekyll.
we're totally gonna do that, but we have to get through Sherlock first.
Mm.
Father, tell us what's going on Text Trek and also what you're doing.
Can someone else go? Am I the last one?
All right. I'll tell everyone. Text check him out.
Wait, no, I wanted to say it, but I wanted to go. What I wanted to do is like go pour some of these beers into a horn.
I'll go.
And then drink
I'll go.
them.
Tomorrow we're doing Star Trek, the original series, the Enterprise Incident, Series 3, Season 3. Check us out. Father, will you be there for that discussion? Can you make it?
He is not at his computer.
Oh, shit.
He's off the Enterprise bridge.
Yeah, he got beamed away.
And I hear
All
water.
I'm going to say as well is you never see me and Braxton in the same chat. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, we gotta get Rex and you on the same fucking chat. What? That's like not cool. I can't believe that. That's insane.
No, because I talk to Braxton all the time, and I thank you, Starfleet Boy, for introducing me to Braxton.
Nice.
So we've got a lot in common, but yeah, you never see us on the same chat because we're the same person.
The same
Oh, we
person.
gotta fix that. We gotta fix that.
They're the same person.
And even Blue is agreeing with that. Fathery, what was I even asking? I'm so drunk right now. I'm so wasted. It's so crazy. We have Fathery's arm, we have Fathery's beard, and we have Fathery's hat, and now we have Fathery's headphones. Fathery,
Yo,
are you on for Star Trek tomorrow, the Enterprise Incident? Are you coming on for the 3 o'clock discussion tomorrow?
man,
do
this
you
is
think?
gonna break my heart because I love that episode.
No.
But I'm actually having a get together tomorrow.
With real
And
people? You motherfucker.
with real people, with Brian and Dave and another friend of mine, and we're going to watch the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies in glorious 4K HDR.
Oh, I love it.
And we're gonna
I'm doing
eat a
that.
pot of
I'm-
chili that I'm cooking, and I'm not gonna. I hate that because I really wanted to be there, and I miss being on the original series. So I love the original
Discussions.
series. I miss being on those discussions.
Well, we appreciate any time you can give us your rating or your a quick hot take tomorrow if you can. Send us.
I mean, we're starting at noon my time, and that's like 1 o'clock your time.
yeah,
and
so we'll see.
I got a horn full of beer. I'm gonna drink of it.
That's amazing.
Oh my god! I didn't mean to drink out of the. This is like the expensive one. I thought I had the cheap one. Shit.
Wait, you wanted the cheap
Wait, can
horn?
we? I'm gonna put you full screen. Let's see that horn one more time.
This has like the
Show
Game
me
of
your
Thrones
horn, yeah.
wolves
Oh,
on
it's
it.
beautiful. Look
But-
at that shit. Wow.
It's like two
Is it
wolves of
possible
love.
that you can see the inside of? Is it just metal on the inside, or is it exactly the same?
It's
The
horn.
wolves look
It's
like they
beer
can
on the
make out.
inside. What do you? I don't want to pour this on the keyboard, but
the construction of the cup. Sorry.
there's
The wolves look like they're about to make out.
well, they're horny wolves, but that's it's called doggy style for a reason,
Yeah, baby.
It is called that.
But yeah, so
I can't believe no one watched
raise your
Hawkeye this
horns to the glory of Starfleet Boy. Long may he reign.
May I
Upon
reign,
the internet.
may I reign long. So check out Text Track. They just did a awesome
Oh yeah,
discussion.
let me do this part.
Okay.
So
I'm not-
you can check out the Text Trek podcast live on YouTube every Friday night at 7 p.m. Central. We discuss all the new episodes of Star Trek right now when there's new episodes coming out. So today we just covered Star Trek Discovery Season 4, Episode 2, Anomaly. That'll be available either late Sunday night or early Monday morning as a podcast. Wherever you get your podcast, you'll be able to find it. And we cover new Star Trek when there's no new Star Trek out. We cover old Star Trek. We take a deep look at it and have a lot of fun discussing it with our live audience. If you can join us live,
I
And-
love being in the audience, by the way. Can I just say? It's so good.
And
It's so
Starfleet
much
Boy
Give me
fun.
loves
that
it,
deep
so-
I
look,
do.
Daddy.
yeah. I mean, like we do it deep. We do it hard.
Deep and hard, it's true.
So
Which
it's
is how
a
Star Trek Boy loves it.
it's why I love it. It's true. Anyways, check out Text Trek, everybody. Guys, thank you for joining us. It's been I love Star Trek 4. It's a very special movie to me. It's like one of the first
bubbles.
Yeah, it's what is that? Can we see the bubbles? I don't
guess
see
not.
them.
No, I think
Bubbles.
It's like clear enough. I can see like
Yay.
bubbles in
I
there.
don't see
Let's
no
go.
Yay,
bubbles.
bubbles.
You know what, Ruben?
Bubbles.
I don't appreciate that tone. This is the manliest fucking way to
It
drink
is freaking
beer,
man-
and you're
it's
trying to
pretty
make it sound like some like little girl.
Are
Like,
you gonna bring?
Yay, bubbles.
Anyways, audience, check out all these lovely people. I'm just the most. By the way, this was Thanksgiving week, Gratitude Week. I'm one of the most. I'm one of the most fortunate people on the planet because I get to hang out with you guys. I really appreciate you so much. Thank you, Marcelo. Thank you, Al. Thank you, Steven, which I never call you that. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But Father, thank you, Father. Like, it's so
I didn't
weird.
even know that was his
And
When you-
and thank you,
Is that your
Ruben.
opinion?
Who's
Is that your opinion?
it's one of my favorites. Anyways, I love you all, and thank you, audience. I'm so grateful giving you guys like so much love tonight, and we'll see you next time. Live long and prosper,
go fuck yourself.
and go
It's
fuck
ass.
go fuck yourself.